We need to talk.
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 Welcome back to Meet to Talk, episode number 20. This is a milestone episode for us. I'm super proud of what we've done in the short amount of time that we started this. January 15th or some shit. Like, we've been at this week after week to episode number 20, and we ain't stopping. So you have the pleasure, Mr. Trezor.
Yup, that way.
Of being the guest for a 20th milestone episode, the first break of 20. It should be exciting. You better.
I feel honored.
You better feel honored. You know, I could have brought you earlier to another episode. Like, you know what? Like, Trezor's a kid. He can hold the pressure for a 20th episode. So we'll get into it. We'll definitely no holding back.
Nope.
I know you have lots to say.
Oh.
And I'll have lots of questions to ask you. Little Insta famous kid out here.
Man.
But let's get started. I'm your host, Mr. KOA, alongside
Top Boy.
And what is it? It's June next week. Like, what?
Couple days.
29th, yeah.
God damn. Yo, months just blend into each other.
They fly
Like,
by now.
I feel like I said this once before. I feel like every month just starts on the 21st. Like,
Bills?
it feels like a new month starts, and then by the time you think about it, it's the 21st of the month. You're like, what?
I
Like,
see what you're saying.
I see
it's
what you're saying.
Like every like you go through a couple days in the month, and you're like, all right, it's May 21st. You're like, how is it? Like,
when you're busy. When you have nothing to do, then like months
well, I mean,
are like
I'm always
years.
busy. So are you a bored type of person? Do you ever find yourself bored? And if you do, why?
If I get bored,
You
I
make,
feel like
you
I'm
make
not
Instagram,
being
you make
productive.
Instagram videos if you get bored.
Like, yeah. If I'm bored, I feel like there's something I could be doing. Like, I should never be bored.
Do you follow this guy on Instagram?
Of course, yeah.
Do you see the madness he does in the bedroom? Like,
And that's
does he-
why I'm
do you-
just at home.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what can I do?
Do you live with your parents?
Yeah.
Did they ever walk in when you're doing foolishness?
Not really, because like
You do it when they're not home, right?
No, I'll do it when they're home, but my mom will hear the noise and know what I'm doing and just know not to.
Oh, it's
to
just
bother me.
him doing.
She
foolishness.
knows it by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you? What is your thing? Like, if someone, I hate this question because it's hard for me to answer myself. Someone's like, well, what do you do? It's like, I don't know. I do too much. Like, but if you could describe Trezor in, a few sentences, or not, actually as many sentences as you need, how would you tell someone what you do or what you want to do, or how would you describe you to somebody else? It doesn't never mention your life. Just like, hey, who are you?
I would just describe myself as a creative. I feel like that's pretty like corny to say because that's
It's
what
not
everyone
corny, no.
says. But like, yeah, I'd really have to just describe myself as a creative because like my first thing is like acting. Like
Right.
if I had to like check a box, I would check actor.
Right.
But like I dance too. I'm
Yeah.
not a dancer, but I could dance.
you
That
could
was
dance,
more of
yeah.
my young days.
Yeah.
Yo, my first MSN name was Lil Chris Brown.
Wow.
So this is why I will not stand for any Chris Brown slander ever because that man was a pivotal part of my childhood.
Yeah.
I act. I can dance. I don't consider myself a dancer, but I'll do stuff here.
You
and
can
there.
spit. I've heard you rap.
Yeah,
you fuck around with it. You joke around, but it's actually pretty tough.
Yeah, I can rap.
I can rate you,
but I
for
don't
sure.
consider myself a rapper.
No.
People been telling me to start making music seriously.
No, once you actually take rapping serious, then people want to talk shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works, huh? If you don't take it seriously, like if you just fuck around and rap, it's like yo man should rap. But if he actually made a mixtape, you guys wouldn't fuck with him, which
This
is
guy
which
thinks
ma-
he's a rapper
like,
now.
it's
Nah, like
it's so fucked.
that's
It's
exactly
actually
what.
fucked.
That's exactly.
When you take it seriously, wow, man's are actually rapping.
because
It's like, what?
there's so many people that are rappers that
Yeah.
are trash.
Yeah.
That as soon as someone says, "Oh, I'm a rapper," you're like, "Okay, this
Yeah.
guy's probably not even serious."
But if you just rap and don't say you're a rapper, people are like, yo, this man's tough.
yeah,
You guys are fucked.
I produce too. Like
Yeah.
I make beats, but
You
for
made the
all-
beats in your Instagram videos?
for most of them.
Yeah. Okay.
But for all of the stuff that I do, like I can't do multiple of them at the same time. Like I have to be in one mind state.
Oh, okay. So you'll
Like,
focus on one,
yeah.
and then move on to the next and go.
Yeah,
around.
like it's just hard. I've tried it and it doesn't work. Like if I'm in like video mode, like I can't make beats and it won't work. If I'm in like beats mode, I can't make videos. It'll be like a time, like weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm always curious about when it comes to social media and just the ways things have transitioned between interacting with people and how we even communicate in general. You have, how many followers do you have on Instagram right now? Approximately.
Instagram is like my lowest social media.
Your Twitter's better than that, right?
Yeah, I have 9.7 thousand, I think, on Instagram.
And how much on Twitter?
On Twitter, I have like 48K.
Okay. So out of those 48, let's say combined, 50,000, 60,000 people, do you or have you noticed any difference in terms of growth with like do you feel like you've plateaued? Do you feel like you had this number and you just can't get over a certain break? Like this is like your videos will do this number and this is the number. Like this is what it is. I do 10,000. I do that video, it's gonna hit 10,000. There's a break. It'll do 10 or 12, but there's a break. Like, do you feel like you're at a plateau, not in terms of your skill level, just in terms of the reach? Like, do you feel like there's like a barrier to growth in any way?
Not at all. Honestly, the way social media works is so weird because it's like you never know what's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes like people get mad, and like I've gotten mad too when you see people do like
Foolishness.
And you're like,
and
how's
they
that blowing
blow
up?
up.
Yeah.
And you could do stuff that's amazing and it gets no recognition. That's why I just try to like
Just keep
do
creating.
everything as best as I can because
Yeah.
like I can make a video and in my head I'm like, yo, this is gonna go viral.
Yeah.
And it'll literally get like 5 retweets.
Yeah.
Or I could do
just
something
cheeses
and cheese
Low-key and
me.
cheesy, you're like, yo, you know how much work I put in this?
Yeah, like, and then I could do something
That's bullshit.
that I don't think like that
You don't
dance
put as
hall
much
video
effort.
Yeah.
that I did. I literally made that dance hall song
It hit,
off
it hit a
top,
million on Facebook,
off the
right?
top of my head
Yeah.
in one take. I just put the camera on, press record on Logic, and did it. And it hit like 15,000 retweets in a day.
Yeah.
6 million on Facebook.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I didn't think that was gonna do anything.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's almost like the stuff that you don't try to
Yeah.
do is what blows up, and the stuff that you really try hard for does not work.
You know what me and Ryan have been saying lately? Like you never know who's watching your stuff, right? It only takes one person to watch it and then just retweet it or like it or share it, and you go viral. So I like what you're doing in terms of just making sure that everything you do like fucking well.
Yeah, that's why I've been trying, and it's like I'm not new. Like I've been making videos for like 4 years, and I still don't even think I've hit like my big video that blows me up.
Yeah.
Like it's just been like a progression.
Yeah.
And I had a lot to do with the progression too. Like I did it myself. Like I didn't get 48,000 Twitter followers off of like one video or like how many YouTube views just off that. Like, yo, like that's why when people will be like, oh, like you hit 1 million, aren't you so like excited? I'm like, no, because this is supposed to happen.
Yeah, like I've been putting the work.
I've been putting in the work.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm ready for this. It's not, oh my God, this is amazing. It's more like, okay, it's about time. Like I'm just used to it by now. Like, because I started on YouTube. Like YouTube was my first thing. And when I'm telling you, I would literally like go to every person's YouTube that I like whether it was like Marlin, that dude McFly, for those of you who don't know his real name. Marlin or like For Y'all or Dormtainment, Timothy De La Ghetto or whoever, and go to their comment section and one by one direct message every single person in the comments like, hey, this is what I do.
Yeah.
Can you try to check me out? I've literally,
Fucking
no
groundwork, the
exaggeration,
groundwork, and I believe you.
probably messaged like 50,000 people, and I probably got like 300 subscribers off that. So like it's work.
Yeah.
Same with Twitter. I probably followed like 60,000 people by hand, clicking away. It took like a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
So I had one of those accounts where it was like I was following like 45,000 people and I had 50,000 followers.
Yeah.
And then I forgot. I think one day I just got mad. Like I was just angry and just unfollowed everyone. And like the people who stayed.
stayed.
And,
Yeah.
that was it.
Okay, so obviously a very relatable topic for you is, I also create things and do different things, YouTube, other things as well. Something I'm noticing, and I've talked to more about this many, many fucking times. The community that we have when it comes,
is this a topic?
yeah,
Okay, this is a very good topic, right?
the community that we have right now. Why do you think? And me probably don't even answer because I don't think you think this way, and I think you think how me and Samar also think. So if you're busting your ass right now, right? You're following all these people, doing whatever, and making these videos. And if I think you're dope, like I support your shit. You have no question of that. But if I think you're dope, and say I'm 10 times bigger than you, okay? Say I have 1 million followers. I have 1 million subscribers, fucking million everything. Like, and I know you personally. Like, it's not just some kid. Like, I know you. Like, unlike, yo, I know you, bro. And I actually like your shit. Why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult for me to be like, I know you, I like your shit, so let me bring your shit and show my people. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't do anything to me. Like, it does nothing. It does nothing to me. I'm not gonna lose 1 million followers because I supported you.
Yeah.
But instead I'll text you, yo, that was tough, Trezor. That was tough. Yo, I seen your video today. Okay. Did you retweet it? No response. Like,
yo, and I've thought about this and had this conversation too, and I broke it down to a few things. First of all, it's a Toronto thing.
I'm so glad you said it.
It's a Toronto thing.
They're not like that out there.
People in Toronto don't want. It's like they don't want to show love, or like the people at the top don't want to bring other people to the top, as opposed to like places like, let's say, like Atlanta, like Atlanta's music scene. Gucci Mane's at the top.
Yeah.
Gucci's bringing Waka. He's bringing Migos.
Yeah.
He's bringing Young Thug. He's bringing Rich Homie Quan. He's bringing whoever. Just for conversation's sake, let's say the top of Toronto is Drake. Drake brings Weekend, Party. That's it. Everyone else is OVO Sweatshop. Roy Woods, Division, whoever.
No,
It's
true.
They're making stuff for him.
It's dead true.
And I feel like everyone in like every creative avenue feels like that. Like, I really don't understand it. Even just like normally, like your friends, like people will literally come up to me and be like, yo, like that video was great.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't retweet it because I didn't want to look bad. Like, what do you mean? Like,
has someone ever said
yes,
that to you?
I'm like, how does that make sense? Like, yeah, I didn't want to make you feel sick. I'm gonna feel sick because you're supporting me? Like, that,
I didn't want to make you feel sick.
like, and I find that it's such a Toronto thing because like Toronto people want to act like they're so cool and that they don't care. And it's almost like they're acting like caring about something or liking something or supporting something is whack.
It's whack.
And you like, you're like, we're supposed to hate on things.
Man, like I spend time in different cities, and Ryan and I have had this conversation so many times.
Man.
What I notice about places like LA or New York, where they do have big YouTube or whatever communities, when those guys were coming up, like Timothy and a bunch of other guys, they were doing videos with everyone else in the community quite a bit. I don't see that here whatsoever, right? And a lot of it has to do with the fact, I think it's a huge ego thing. People don't want to see them get bigger than the other person. And it's just stupid. Ryan has said it multiple times. Like, just because you get successful and like I praise that, it has no effect on me whatsoever. Like,
and
it
like,
shouldn't.
I don't get it because like I spend time in other places too. Like, I spend a lot of time in Chicago, and like I'll go out to LA here and there. But that's why I want to move. Like, I'm trying to go to LA. I was supposed to go to film school. I had a partial scholarship to the New York Film Academy in Burbank, and I went out there like last December to check it out. It's just the prices are way too crazy. Like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find a way out there because I just feel like I don't know.
They'll appreciate your shit more. They will appreciate your shit more.
I feel like I'm out of place in Toronto. Like, I don't feel like I'm supposed to be here. Like, when I go to LA, I feel more at home in LA as opposed to over here.
See, the thing is though, that's like super unfortunate because I feel like with what Ryan and I are doing with this podcast, like we'll have anyone on here, right? Doesn't matter if you're
I don't care if you have famous, 1 follower or fucking 1,000.
Are you interesting? Like, do you have something to talk about?
All that matters.
Because if you do, then we'll have you on, right? But it'd be nice to somehow change the culture in Toronto so that people don't have to get up and leave. But at the same time, I completely understand the perspective as to why someone would want to leave, right?
I think Femi said it on a different podcast. It's almost like you need to leave, and then when you blow up, then everyone here starts messing with you,
Bro,
and then you could come back, and then everyone starts to really like you.
Shout out Femi. I remember that thing he said as well.
That's so true.
Drake is a prime example of that. As much as we fuck with Drake, Drake is, but he didn't do this from the groundwork in Toronto. He didn't do this. Exactly. He didn't stay in Toronto and say, I'm going to be this from Toronto. I'm not going to leave the city. I'm going to work here. I'm going to do my stuff here. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to rap here. No, he left, blew up in Houston, blew up wherever the hell he went, comes back now. Oh my God, repping for Toronto. You didn't stay here to do that.
Same with Justin
Right?
Bieber.
Like-
they discovered him, took him to Atlanta. You think any record label out here is pushing Justin Bieber and giving him that like avenue and have that support
Definitely
as
not.
Usher does in Atlanta? Like,
It's crazy, man.
it's crazy. And in Chicago, because I spent a lot of time in Chicago because I have family down there.
Yeah.
Another thing that I find too that's different with Toronto people and Americans in general is like, I just feel like American people have more ambition just in general. Like, you'll find people who do things way easier than you would find people who do things here. Like, in a friend group of people here, let's say in Toronto, you have 10 friends. Maybe like one of them plays basketball and he's good.
Yeah.
He's probably going prep in the States. One of your friends wants to rap, but he's not serious about it. Three of them do nothing, and like everyone else is just like here and there doing different stuff. If you're in the States or like Chicago, from my experience, it's like you want to start a rap group, you can find people that can rap easy. Either someone you know can rap or someone you know knows someone that's serious. You want to find dancers, you'll find dancers. You want to find actors, you'll find actors. Here, it's way harder to do that, and that's why like people can blow like in like a group faster than by themselves. Like, even on YouTube is a good example. Like, for y'all, I feel like they're so fortunate that like Trey and Jay have each other and they're both as serious, because it's way easier to do stuff as opposed to like me, who's trying to do it by myself, or like I can see like Marlon, who's trying to do it by himself. There's been so many times where my friends have been like, yo, like, I want to be on YouTube too. Like, let's be in a group. Like, let's make skits and whatever. I'm like, yo, you guys are not serious.
Yeah.
You're serious for 2 weeks and then you're done. Yo, let's go shoot a skit. Yo, I can't even do it today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired and like this and that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely funny that you brought up the seriousness thing, because when I started this podcast, initially I was gonna start it by myself, because I have that very same just mentality that like, if I want to get shit done, I have to do it myself. That's just what I've seen. Like, with anything I've done, my brand, like anything, like I can't rely on people. I can't rely on someone else to put in the same work I put in. I know what I bring to the table, so I can't trust that you'll do that, because I don't know your work ethic, right?
Yeah.
So when I wanted to start this podcast, I was like, yo, like, I want to do a podcast and relationship shit and just a place to just kick in and chill, and just I want to have this place to bring guests and whatever, and have this part of the culture for myself and for the brand or whatever. But I'm like, I'm gonna do it by myself, and I'm like, it's gonna be, this is something you can't do by yourself. Like, it's just, a podcast is just like, I've done my YouTube channel, I've done like other stuff alone, but like, I feel like a podcast is something I need a challenging perspective. I need someone, like, I can't just say everything and everything just goes. Like, I need something to be like, whoa, hold on. This is my perspective, right? So I made a post about it, and when Zamora hit me up, or Zamora commented on it, he's like, yo, that'd be dope. I hit him up. I was like, yo, realistically, I want a co-host for the show. Like, I want someone that is actually just as dedicated as me and could actually make this work. And he's like, yeah, I'm down. I'm like, okay, but down.
Actually, no, but the thing is, I actually commented on it.
Yeah,
saying,
you
like, I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, I would be down to co-host this.
Yeah.
Because it was weird. Like, it's kind of like an omen. Like, when you posted that status, I was thinking about this like 2 days prior, saying I need to do something creative in this type of field. And then you posted this shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I know he's serious about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to show him that, okay, this isn't any type of joke here.
Yeah.
When did you post that?
January.
Really?
Like,
I definitely didn't see that.
We started this,
I would have been about it too.
bro. We started this podcast January, like literally in 2 weeks. All this just started. I made the post. He commented on it. I hit him up. I was like, yo, I want to do this. Boom, boom. He's like, yeah. I'm like, what days are you free? He's like, yeah, I'll make time. I'm like, every week though. Like, I will miss. Trust me, I know I won't miss a week. Like, I don't know about you. I will not miss a week. He's like, no, I'll be there every week. I was like, you sure? I'll be there. All right. We have not missed 1 week.
That's good.
We have not missed. Like,
you really need that. Like, you do need it.
And it's so rare to find consistency in people. And I think that is also the reason why our Toronto and local community isn't like that, because everyone's so fucking lazy.
Okay,
everyone is so fucking lazy.
Here's something I heard today from Timothy. He posted a video talking about you know, the whole YouTube adpocalypse shit. You familiar with that? So essentially, like, a bunch of advertisers are taking back their ads from YouTubers, right? Because they realized that.
Their ads, you mean like
So
making them promo stuff
Like
for
the
them?
revenue, no,
So
like,
the revenue
ad
share.
Ad
share.
revenue.
ad
Yeah.
revenue.
Oh.
They were taken away because companies didn't want their stuff being advertised on videos that
Certain
might
channels?
certain
Nah,
channel
and topics too.
on
Like
topics
stuff
too.
that aren't like advertiser friendly.
So if
Like,
you're
you know how
talking
random
about-
stuff would just they'd slap a random ad
Yeah,
on your
yeah,
video.
yeah.
Now it's like
It's specific.
if your video is inappropriate, like Huggies doesn't want their diaper ad on
yeah.
your
Okay,
inappropriate
okay,
video.
okay.
So a bunch of people like lost.
of
Because
ton of
like,
money.
you're not getting certain ads
Yeah,
anymore. Okay.
there's a lot of people lost a lot of money, and Timothy was talking about this because he was just saying. Long story short, he's talking about how it hasn't affected him as much as it did other people, but like some people are like freaking out because they're like, "What the fuck? I'm not making any money." But he spoke about how he started in the industry, and he was saying that essentially, I can't remember the name of the company, but they did all the production full screen. Yeah, they did all the production for his skits and stuff like that. And then when the budget ran out, they're like, "You ran out of the budget," and he's like, "Okay, now I got to do all this production type of stuff by myself."
Right.
And I was looking at it, and I understood where he was coming from, but I also thought it was kind of funny because I was like, "Yo, me and Ryan do this. Like, we literally do. We do all the audio, like we do all the production, we do all the video, like everything we do.
Marketing,
We do
all the posting, all everything.
we do everything by ourselves." And then I look at your stuff, and it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's like everything is being done by us three.
Like,
you know
why
what I
you
mean?
get- Like, why
so
you get surprised? Like,
so
yeah.
it's like when I see other people in Toronto that don't want to do anything, it's because they don't want to put in the work. Like, that's really what it is. You can tell right away when someone doesn't want to put in the work.
It's not easy. Like, I genuinely do this because I want to do it. Like, it's one thing to be interested in something and be like, "Yo, that's dope. Like, we should do this. We should," like, you're interested for a partial high. Like, you don't want this. Like, I love.
you're not serious.
Yeah, like I love doing this, and he loves doing this. So it'll never be I'll never have to question like, "Yo, you want to shoot this next week?" Like, I know I'll be there. It's not. I'm not.
I know what you
Fam,
mean.
like, let me ask you a question. Are there times when you're making videos or you're like when you're editing it, do you ever find yourself just laughing at the shit that you just did?
Yo, I will be editing a video and I will start dying. I'm like, "Yo, this is hilarious." And then I'll post it and it'll get like 10 retweets. I'm like, "What is wrong with you people?" And then I'll see something that got 1 million and it's not funny at all. Like,
Yeah.
it does not make
But that's just life.
sense. But that's why I noticed that with like how the Toronto people don't want to support. That's why even when I was like following people to get my numbers up,
Yeah.
I was following American people.
Yeah.
I think 75% of my followers on all of my social media are from the States. Like,
Yeah.
my stuff is not Canadian. I think like 15% of my followers are Canadian because just I know how stuff goes. I didn't start following Toronto people till like way after. And I remember one of my friends told me like randomly one day, he's like, "Yo, honestly, if you lived in the States, you would be famous by now."
Yeah.
And I really believe it.
I believe it.
100%.
I
I
believe
believe that that's facts.
The biggest, before we close this topic, the biggest thing about what you're saying about being in the States is that the difference here is that this is all opinion, of course, but it's just what I've noticed, and I feel like you agree as well, is that when you bring something to the States, they're so much more appreciative of it because one, like they like I feel like a lot of them out there don't have any personal vendetta. Like, they don't feel like if I support you, they're like, "Yo," they have no problem being like, "Yo, this Trey guy's hilarious,
He's
yo.
dope.
Come
And
watch
show
this guy."
someone.
They have no problem doing that. Like, here, it's like it's just "Yo, you're funny, Trey." Okay.
And do you know the ones where it's like, I don't know if I'm the only person that notices. It's like, you'll get certain likes or whatever, and like you'll notice that certain people don't like your stuff, but they'll talk to you about it, or it's like, yo, and it's like, I know you saw this.
Yeah.
You just scrolled by it. Like, you liked it in your head. You just didn't double tap, but I know you
Yes.
saw. Especially females.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Females that you used to talk to and stuff. 100%. I know you saw this, and I know you liked it. You just didn't want to say anything because when we were talking,
Yeah.
you'd be talking about every single one of my
yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah.
now
I'm
that
not
we're not,
talking
you
Yeah.
just all of a sudden
You
don't
don't
see
wanna
it.
show the support.
It's convenient.
But you still see it.
You see it.
Everything.
You see it.
Oh my
It's
God.
ridiculous, man. I feel like as long as you fucking stick on your grind and just do what you're supposed to do, someone's gonna see your stuff at some point, and we're all bound to blow up.
Yeah.
Right?
At this point, it's honestly just like a ticking time bomb. They're like, I've been doing stuff for so long that it just became like a habit now. Like, I remember like when I was younger, I used to have like time frames on things to where it's like, because even from like elementary school, like I wanted to be like, my dream when I was like 11 was to be a child star on Disney Channel. Like I wanted that now when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then that didn't really happen. And then you start to learn like, yo, like you really can't rush things, even though that's so hard when you know like you deserve it.
Yeah.
That's why I always say, yo, God has to be like keeping this from me right now for a reason.
Yeah.
Because people, like there's people that have like 1 million followers. And I know you guys have seen this. There's people that have like 1 million followers that are doing nothing with it. And it's like, yo,
You don't
if
understand
I
that, yeah.
ever had that type of platform, I would be out of here.
Bro, talk the things. Oh my god,
I would
bro.
be out of here. And you guys are wasting your stuff dropping ads for
Holy.
fit tees and waist trainers and dropping one video a month that's trash.
Trash.
Like,
Yo,
People don't understand. They take it for granted because it just I don't know how they got there. I really
yeah.
don't.
And then some people like those are the same people that burn out really quickly. Like without saying no names, there's a really popular guy on Instagram. I'll show you guys who it is after. When he was coming up, like I saw him coming up before, like I used to have more followers than him. He lives in the States. And I messaged him, I'm like, yo, like you're really funny, like keep up the good work. Like I see the potential. And he was really like nervous. He's like, yeah, thanks, but like I'm scared of falling off and like I don't know what to do. I'm like, yo, you can't even think like that. Like you have to just keep it going and keep consistent.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, yeah. Like I was the person that told, because he started on Twitter. I was the first person that told him, yo, make an Instagram, make a YouTube account. You could get paid. Make an Instagram. You could get paid through ads. Because like I've been studying the game. He starts to do that, blows up. 1 million followers on Instagram.
Nah, he doesn't
I
see
hit
you.
the man.
Doesn't see you.
I hit the man like, yo, bro, I'm trying to hit 10K. You think you can shout me out? Sorry, bro, I don't do shout outs. So I'm like, all right, say less. That's it. And then now I'm starting to notice, you know when people are like losing their creativity, that they just start like doing the most, like you're wearing wigs now, you're ripping your clothes, you're breaking stuff. And it's like, you're not doing this because you want to. You're doing this because you notice that like your stuff is trash now. You're still trying to gain attention.
You have no content anymore.
Exactly.
And now you're trying to get.
And I knew that was what was gonna happen. If he didn't like have the guidance, he was gonna burn out really quickly, and that's exactly what's happening to him.
Yeah. So shout them out.
Hey man's probably not even gonna see this. I'm talking what's it on Instagram? It's suburban_prince. You know, like the fat kid, and he yells, and he's in like his kitchen all the time.
This sounds
Trust
very
me,
familiar.
when you see him, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
Suburban_Prince.
Yeah,
It's a wrap for you.
he's on
Running
the
out of
decline.
shit, bro.
He's on the decline.
King Bo.
Yeah.
King Bo.
And like he had so much ability, like he had so much
Hold on a
talent.
second.
What?
The man's got 1.2 million followers, but he's only got 91 posts.
Cause he keeps deleting them.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Like I remember,
This clown king.
like I used to I used to try to give this kid so much confidence because he was scared of falling off. I'm like, no, you're good. I'm like, bro, we live in Toronto. And we see your stuff and we like. He's like, nah, you're playing. Like I'll like drop him my location. Like, look, I'm in Toronto. He's like, yo, that's crazy. This and that. I'm like, bro, like, just don't waste your ability. And it looks like he's wasting it.
That's unfortunate.
Well, if there's one thing you could say right now to every creative in Toronto, what would it be?
Support. That's it. Like support. Doesn't matter if you have 10 followers or 100,000 or 1 million. Like everyone just needs to support each other to come up, because that's what Americans are doing, and that's why they're killing us in everything.
Destroying.
It makes no sense that there are cities like New York and LA that are known for this type of shit, and Toronto, for whatever reason, isn't.
And
Like,
we have the exact same talents here.
We're the same talent. We're
Some better. Like, a lot better.
we're as diverse, if not more, sometimes. And it makes no sense that Toronto isn't a city where people don't want to stay here and do shit, you know? It really should be, but it's not, because everyone's got an ego.
Yep. Facts.
So everybody sleep on that. Answer these questions. So every week we have questions that we drop on our page. called Ask WNTT. Every Tuesday, people will drop questions. Some crazy, some good, some bad, some pretty interesting. So we'll go through a couple of them. We'll all go give our answers, and then we'll kind of wrap up with that. And then at the end of the show, you ask the questions for us.
Cool.
That's how we close.
By the way, those girls in your Female Savages episode were bad. How do you know them?
I don't know them.
Okay, so this is a story. This is a story. I was at work, and this girl Julia, who does the intro for this whole podcast, one of the voices, she hit me up with a video of them talking about Drake's was it Hotline Bling? No, Fake Love. Saying that it's a fuckboy song. And she's like, yo, these girls are the female version of you and Ryan. Which they aren't. We proved that. But I watched it. And I'm like, let me see if they're from Toronto. Because if they are, I'm gonna get them on the podcast. So I showed it to Ryan. Ryan and I DM'd them. They came on. But this is the funny bit, right? So when they showed up to the house to do the podcast, like, I was not prepared for how they were looking when they came to the house.
Doesn't even feel nice right now. It's good.
Hey, I wasn't prepared. Were you prepared?
Caught off guard.
I was very caught off.
Anissa, and Tia, you guys came here to Zamora's humble home with your titties out.
Seriously, I was
with your breasts out.
I was like, yo, is my mom gonna like think I'm running some type of brothel or some shit?
Some sort of tele operation.
Seriously, I was like, what is going on here? But I was like, okay.
They're good girls. They're good girls.
They're cool. They're cool. We put them on the hot seat a couple
funny.
times, but they're really funny. Either way, that's how we got them on. So in terms of questions, when was the last time you were in a relationship, actually, if you've ever been in one?
2012.
2012.
For 3 months. And that's been my only relationship.
Okay.
Ever.
So
Well,
let's talk about
outside
this.
of grade 9, I dated this girl for like 2 weeks.
How old are you again?
I'm 21.
So why do you think that has been your only relationship? Does it have anything to do with like how busy you are? Like, what does he want to do? Like
Now, yes, but like up until like 2 months ago, no. Honestly, like I just get snaked, finessed, kowaled, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, deceived, and like hoodwinked.
Vocabulary on this man.
We've been there. I'm talking
Like
about this.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous, and people, I don't
Nobody
want to hear.
believes him. Nobody
I
believes
don't
him.
want to hear one more person say, "Oh, you're just looking at the wrong girls. You're talking to the wrong people." No, I talk to who I meet. How am I talking to the wrong people? Because every girl that I've tried to talk to are completely different, and the situation always ended up the same. Them doing something to where I have to cut them off.
Give me an example.
I have a lot of examples. Okay, long story short, there was this girl that I met off Twitter. I wonder if she's gonna watch this. Probably. Someone's probably gonna show her. So you know exactly who you are. There's a girl that I met off Twitter that we chilled, and she knew like everyone around me just off of FaceTime and stuff. So we went to chill at my bro's house, but like all the homies were there too. Long story short, she started talking to someone who was like my friend, like on the low, and then I saw that, and I am not a confrontational person, but I love confrontation. Like when
I know exactly
catch,
what you mean.
like when I catch something, I'm like, oh, it's like, you know, when you're shadow boxing before a fight, I'm like, yo, okay, I'm ready. So they started talking on the low, and then she was giving me a bunch of excuses why, oh, like I caught feelings, but I'm sorry, it's not my fault, and like we probably would have met each other anyways. I'm like, how? You live in Richmond Hill, he lives in Brampton. Where would you have met
You
each
met
other?
him through me.
You met him through me, and now you guys are gonna start dating and act like I'm supposed to be fine with it? You played yourself.
That's ridiculous.
That's wild.
That's just one story. I have millions.
I can sense the pain.
Oh my god. It's
Is
not
there
even.
anything? Have you ever been called by a woman?
No.
You never. I don't mean. I'm not saying like.
Must
his
be
example.
lucky.
Hold on. Stop.
Must be nice.
Stop. I'm not talking about like the exact story he just said.
Okay.
But you've never, in your entire life,
Been fucked over?
been fucked over by a woman.
100%.
Oh, you have?
Yeah?
Oh, okay. When you said no.
Kowal means you got
I've had so many.
Koa means like she just strung you along. Like,
Yo, when I tell you my life is a movie and my friends have the greatest front row seat to the things that happen to me, yo, like, I wish I was a friend of me watching myself.
like
I've heard this before.
Oh my God.
I've got screwed. Like the most memorable thing that fucked me over was the girl I was dating a few years, like probably like 5 years ago, 4 years ago now. Dated her, everything was dope, but the ex stripper, the fucking.
Well, I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Anyone that's an
many,
ex stripper.
so many red flags. Anyways, we're dating. She needed a phone. I got her a phone.
No, not me.
I know. Listen,
I've never even bought a girl a drink in a club. Ever.
Okay, that's wild. Okay, so,
Nah. I'm not even buying myself a drink in the club. Why am I paying $9 for a shot? Okay, this is why I don't like the club. Girls come to the club with no money, get in free, finesse drinks with a group of their friends to go back home to their boyfriend and laugh at you because you played yourself. Like, I don't get it. I'm not buying you a drink for like what, $9, $10 because I think that's gonna do something for me. You're gonna take the drink, say thanks, turn around, and you're gone. You can't talk to anyone in the club because the music is blasting. You're gonna have to be screaming in someone's ear. I honestly feel like the club is only
I was
fun.
very upset.
The club is only
yo.
fun if you're rich or famous because people's eyes are on you. There are so many guys in the club trying to get girls. It's like lions with a bunch of gazelles that were like, if you just come normally, she's automatically going to think you're whack because the 9 guys that just came before you were whack. So you're automatically going to get written off. So why am I going to come and do the most?
Well, speak for yourself.
No,
This
I
guy's always flexing.
I'm not. Yeah,
Every episode
not
of
all of us
Life
are
is
6'5".
flexing.
Not all of us
Only
are
him talk.
6'6",
Quiet. Only him talk.
200 pounds.
The man said you automatically get written off. I can't say I even understand
Fine.
that.
That's fine.
I don't understand that life. I'm sorry.
Tell me if I'm wrong about this. You know how lately with all these social justice warriors and shit, they be talking about like privilege and so on. I honestly believe the most privileged people on the earth are good-looking women. They have the most. They have the
your
most
life
privilege
is
on the
blessed.
face of the earth. Not, like more so, like when people talk about like white privilege.
No, really.
Good-looking females?
Good-looking females.
Because guys are slime. That's exactly why. Like, I know girls from my school. I know girls from my school that are like, yo, I'm going to go buy this book now for school. She comes back with the book. I'm like, how much did you pay? He's like, oh, I didn't pay anything. The guy was just like, oh, get a drink with me and you can have it for free. You think if I went to buy that book, I'm getting it for free? No, he's probably charging me more because I'm black.
But we know this, man. This is a new.
And that's why I refuse.
We know this, but the funny thing is, I wish there was a woman here to talk to about this because there are women that will defend to the death that this isn't a thing.
Oh my god!
And I'm just like, do you hear yourself right now? Because imagine how much life would suck if you're an ugly woman.
Because they're in it.
Wow, don't
That's
touch
facts.
me.
No, that's facts.
I'm not involved in
that's
this.
facts.
I'm not involved in this. No.
That's facts. Because they're in it.
wouldn't-
That's like white people saying racism doesn't exist.
Oh.
Because they don't experience
Right,
it.
now all of a sudden you're just gonna be, I don't talk to me about this. I'm
not-
very upfront about everything, but we're
Listen,
not gonna talk about this.
listen,
Be
yo.
real. No, I'm asking you a question. Don't dodge the question.
What's your
Don't dodge the question.
What's your question?
I'm asking you a question.
What's your question?
Do you or do you not think that life is harder?
It is.
For an ugly
Life
woman?
is harder for ugly girls.
It is hard for ugly people.
And ugly
period.
guys. Yeah, just ugly people in general have a harder time in life.
Oh my
You know what?
god.
I might even say that.
Yo, I
ugly
can't
men-
engage in this
Yes, you can. Stop being a pussy.
Ugly guys have it the worst.
I
Anyway,
think ugly guys have it the worst because at the end of the day,
a girl is still a girl. Someone is gonna smash. If you got a vagina, someone is smashing.
But you cannot tell me. Stop fronting. Stop acting like you're Mr. Innocent right now.
What?
Answer the damn question. Is life hard for ugly people? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Say it. Don't make
Yeah,
me say
okay,
it.
yes. Life is harder for the less fortunate.
No. Say the word,
Ugly.
Brian. Say the words.
Life is difficult for people physically And the,
No. Say the words. This man can say
What's
on the
wrong with
pod-
the
this
word
man
ugly?
This man can say on the podcast dug out every week.
everybody's ugly to somebody, man.
Oh, that's very true.
Okay,
We're all
yeah,
ugly.
we're
We're
talking
all
about
ugly.
general ugly by society standards. General ugly.
Yes,
General ugly.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
probably ugly to a lot of people, but at
Yeah.
the same time, there's ugly.
Yeah, there's some people where you're like, oh, like, have you ever seen a girl where like she turned around and you were like, whoa, like you couldn't look at her for too long because her face was just scary.
I'm sorry, guys. You guys are haters for this podcast. I'm so sorry.
No,
You're not.
like,
No, you're not.
Ugly people listen to this.
So?
Okay,
And?
but like he said, everyone's ugly to someone, but general
said
ugly
that.
people.
For
Oh,
sure,
what you said.
for sure, there's some people watching the
But
podcast
ugly
right now.
people
that's
know
like,
they're
"Simo's
ugly.
Do they?
Yes. You don't think ugly people know they're don't know they're ugly? You watch how life you watch how life happens for your friends and how it happens for you. You know you're ugly. If a girl is like, yo, you can come in and you can come in, and we don't have any more space for you. You're
That means
ugly.
ugly, bro.
Shut up.
You have to know you're ugly. And when you're ugly, you have to like win in different ways. That's why you don't notice guys who are ugly have the most confidence ever.
Oh my god.
Ugly guys have the most confidence
No,
ever.
for real, because
This is
there's some dudes I
true.
know. Like personally, you know how we all here into women, right? But you know when you know a dude is ugly,
Yeah.
but like you still wonder how it is that they're like still
They
getting
get girls. They
It's
poke. Yo, 2015 and 2016 were the years of ugly dudes winning. Ugly dudes had the baddest girls for the past like
How do
2
you know that year is
years.
so specific?
Because I was experiencing it. I was watching girls that would diss me, and then you see the man that they end up with. You're like, yo, how? You're
my
like,
God.
how? How is this possible? What are they doing?
Do we even ask a question?
We didn't ask the question yet, but it was still funny as hell. Like,
What is our question? Oh my god.
I don't like the way that you shied away from this. Right? I really don't like this.
I'm sorry.
Ugly people know they're ugly.
Oh my god. Anyway,
It's a social thing. Cause like even so, sorry to cut you off.
No, go
Real
ahead.
quick, just to wrap that up. Like society is your mirror. I don't care what anyone says. Society is your mirror. Pretty people know they're pretty because other people told them they were pretty.
Yeah.
Ugly people know they're ugly because other people have told them they were ugly.
Or they've just
someone,
been told they've been pretty,
someone
yeah.
who is pretty,
Right.
if from when they were young, someone every year or like every day, someone's like, "You're ugly,
Yeah.
you're ugly, you're ugly." They're gonna think they're
Yeah,
ugly.
it's true.
That's just how it goes. So no one can tell me that their self-confidence is so high that if they were told they're ugly from the day they were born, they're gonna be like, "Yo, I'm sweet. I don't care what anybody."
No, there's no way.
Lie.
There's no way.
oh shit,
Oh my
they're
God.
catch heat for that one. Anyway,
What?
first question. Underscore the jewel of Africa. Underscore. She says, "Are there any trends in women's fashion or makeup, past or present, that you dislike or just don't understand?" Ooh.
Females get sensitive about makeup.
My god.
Fashion, I could talk about very easily. Makeup is gonna be a hard one. All right, for fashion, those damn Gladiator sandals, I hate those. I hate them so much. I hate them.
Those that they look like Samson?
Yes, like you look like David and Goliath. David and Goliath 7s that everyone's wearing, bro.
Oh my.
I hate gladiators, and every girl that I know when they wear them, I'm like, yo, take those off. They're trash. Like I don't know why. It's just aesthetically they look so
Not many, yo, like,
bad,
not many people can pull them off, and like when you take them off, you just got all the lines.
and they're wearing them like with weird things, and
Yeah.
like I don't like gladiator sandals. What else? What else is there? What do you guys think? I have to think of some
Makeup wise, I'll never understand these. Like I'm very picky about eyebrows. It cheeses me so much. Like, okay, let me just go through a list of them. If you shave your eyebrows off and draw them back on, don't follow me. if
all them
if-
cholos, the
if you
cholas.
said don't
if you
follow
do your eyebrows and then do like a fade, like you know what I'm talking. Have you seen those eyebrows?
Fade?
It-
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, like the taper eyebrows.
Why?
Tapered
eyebrows.
It's kind of cool.
How is that cool?
Cause like it like fades in.
Your eyebrows don't do that.
I just find it interesting, and I didn't know how they did it for the longest time, and someone finally explained it to me.
How do they do this?
They,
How
like,
do they taper the eyebrow?
The tapered part that's like lighter,
Yeah.
is their like actual eyebrow, and they like use like the pencil thing to darken the rest of it.
Definitely,
it looks like
it's definitely an
fades in.
artwork, a
I don't know.
talent.
I think it's cool.
I don't like the fade.
I like the taper.
The taper eyebrow. I'm so
Oh
cheesed.
my god.
Oh, what else? Well, with any dislikes?
For me,
I feel like I have so many I can't think of.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
we kind of talked about this on a previous podcast, but for me, I don't. It's not okay. I don't have an issue with women wanting to wear makeup or doing that type of stuff. What I just think it's a massive double standard, right? Because you know how we were just talking about being ugly. If you're a dude that's ugly,
Can't do anything.
You're just ugly. There's nothing you can do, right? There's absolutely nothing you can do. You deal with the cards that you handle with.
Just lose.
But there are times where like girls will get mad at me for talking about this, but if I see you on social media, right? I know you're wearing makeup, but I'm gonna say, oh, you look nice, right? You look hot, whatever, because you're dolled up or whatever the fuck you want to say. But if I see you without makeup and you look completely different, like you don't even look like the same, you don't even look close to how you look with makeup, I think that's an issue. Like, I think that's a problem. And then people will be like, no, it's not. I'm sorry. I kind of think it is, because isn't that some form of like catfishing?
Deception.
I think I completely understand what you're saying, and like that's why I feel like girls should not like really roast guys for anything that has to do with their physical appearance. Oh, you're ugly, or like your dick is small, or whatever. Because whenever I hear girls say that to man, it's like, yo, there's nothing he can do about that.
Yeah.
If a guy says, oh, your titties are small, you could get boobs. Your ass is flat, you could get an ass. Your lips are tiny, lip injections, makeup. Like, what is a guy gonna do?
Yeah, you're just trying to hurt him.
Like, yeah, like it's not fair. I can't go get like a dick job. Like, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
So I feel like girls
Yeah.
girls need to be way more like sensitive. The way that they're so sensitive to what we say, they act like mans don't have feelings,
It's because guys act like they don't have feelings. That's why.
But
I have
but you
feelings.
also referenced society earlier. It's like that society's mirror telling you that
Yes.
guys don't have feelings.
No, but guys act like that as well. Because
Yeah.
yes, because of society, but guys
But here's
also,
the thing.
guys act
This
like
is-
they don't have feelings.
This is side note. Like, there are guys who act like they don't have feelings, but then the guys
We
who
all
have
have
no issue,
feelings.
the guys
Yeah.
that have no issue, like disclose, like saying what their feelings are the same ones that get clowned for talking about their feelings.
This guy's
Like,
you're so emotional.
and I'm just like, what?
Can't win.
You can't win.
win.
You can't win.
Because they want you to be emotional, but not too emotional. They want you to be hood, but not too hood.
Yeah.
They want you to be smart, but not arrogant at how much you know. Like, you can't win.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if you're there's obviously things that guys do as well, right? In terms of deception levels, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy when I see some girls on social media and I've seen them without makeup, not with like a little bit of makeup, without makeup completely, and you're a completely different person. Like, am I the only one that thinks that's weird? Like,
No, that's
It's true. Oh my God, I'm still thinking of like the clothes thing, and there's something I'm missing. There's something that I hate so much that I'm missing. Wow.
it's so hard to think of dislikes when you need them.
Yeah.
Because I know when I see them, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, why are you wearing that?
Like, there was something that was a trend in the last couple of years that every girl was wearing, and I hated it. What was it? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank.
I know. Trend. I think I know what you're talking about.
shoes related?
No, it was like clothing. If we're just talking body in general, I don't like septum piercings.
Oh, no. I'm
I
sorry.
don't like septum
Really?
piercings at all.
Sorry.
Nah, I feel like it just
I
looks.
think you like them, don't you? The way you said really.
No, I dated. I dated a girl. that
Like,
had
if
one,
you
right?
have it, that's fine. But
It
like, I
only
would just
works- it only works
prefer.
for some people,
I would just
right?
prefer that you didn't.
Mm.
But if you have it and you're still sweet, then that's fine.
I think it only works for some people. Like, some people can pull some shit off, right? And it'll look good. But I really don't know. The only thing, like, in terms of trends with makeup and clothing, I think it's actually specifically the contouring thing with makeup, That trips me out.
But girls started like in the last like 3-4 years, the whole makeup thing really started to like pop off because like
You see it on social
because
media.
now because it happened on social media. Now every girl is obsessed with their makeup, and it's like I know all you don't like doing this as much as you try to act like you do, like, and you're spending $50 on a brush and $200 on highlight and $500 on this one little cream. But when I spend $250 on Jordans, you're telling me I don't have my priorities in order. You have 6 brushes that do the same thing that costed $50 each. You have no say.
It sounds like a very realistic situation that recently occurred.
Anything that you guys can ever talk about ever has occurred.
Jesus.
Yeah, the other question.
Definitely has. That's why I don't have a girl.
That is why.
I don't know. I just thought.
Why doesn't Tresor have a
I would just
girlfriend?
throw that in there. Honestly,
Realistically, why don't you have a girlfriend?
at this moment or in general?
I'd say at this moment.
At this
Are there no
moment,
girls that you're interested in or are interested in you that you do not, or do you not want to have a girlfriend?
at this very moment, this is probably the first time in history that I can actually say that there are females, the good girls, actually interested in me, and it's my choice why I don't have a girl right now, because I feel like I don't have time, and I don't have time to give the proper effort that like a girl would need.
Yeah.
And like I've been single for so long that like the next relationship I get in, I don't want it to be like a little like 1 month little something.
Yeah.
Like I want to actually keep it. So
If
like
you're
I
not-
just
if
feel
you're
like
not
right
ready,
now like it's just not a good time. But like
How old are you right now?
I'm 21.
You're chilling.
No, but like one thing that I kind of worry about, why I kind of wish I had a relationship like through high school, was because like you know those little like relationships you have through high school, even if you date a girl for like a year or whatever, and like the stuff that you learn in your little trivial relationships through high school and the stuff you go through, I haven't experienced any of that
I know
yet.
what you mean, yeah.
So all the stuff that you know now and how to operate in
yeah.
relationships that you learned through your high school relationships, I still haven't even learned that yet.
So you're-
And if I'm talking to a girl that was dating someone for 5 years,
Yeah.
you've been through a bunch of stuff, and my longest relationship was 3 months. I haven't been through anything.
Yeah.
When we get together, like, how is that gonna
You're
work?
gonna be cheese at some stupid
Like,
things. And she's,
how's that gonna work? That's why I just been like hesitating on actually cuffing someone.
That's actually a good point, because he's saying if you like, for example, for me, like how I am now in relationships and how I approach certain interactions is based on everything I've experienced with other people. I'm like, based on this and this and this, I will never do this again. Like,
Exactly.
I'm at the point where like I know exactly what I would and would not do, and that's from experience. So to be in your situation, it's like if I never went through any of these things, yeah, if I met a girl, I'd be like,
I don't know.
I don't know
like,
what to do with
exactly.
you. Yeah.
That's why it's
that's
like
tough.
at the same time, I do sometimes I just want to be like, all right, let me just get in a relationship just so I could go through this. But,
not-
but
I
I
would-
don't want to do that.
But why not just keep talking to someone? Why not commit to somebody? Not commit like you have to cut people off, but like if there's someone you're truly interested in, why not just start giving them time and slowly work into it and just build rather than like just be in a relationship?
Yeah, like
'Cause
I'm about
you definitely
that.
can't. I'll tell you right now, you definitely cannot build with somebody while talking to a whole bunch of different people at the same time.
Yeah.
You just can't. We cannot do that. Our brains cannot focus that way. So you don't necessarily have to be dating the girl, but if there's a girl you're talking to, a girl you know right now that you like, when you're talking to somebody, you don't necessarily have to date them, but for you to learn certain things about them, you can learn just by giving them attention. You know what I mean? Like you can do what you're doing, work on your stuff, and be like, you are the person I'm focusing on right now, and I don't know if I'm gonna date you or not, but I'd like to at least build and start seeing stuff that you even like or dislike about them.
Yeah,
like, you at least
my
do
thing
that.
is like I don't like being rushed at all. Like I hate when I really don't like when people try to like pressure me into anything. I don't do anything that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been like finessed so many times where it's like I'm like subconsciously like trying my hardest to not get played anymore, that like I'm just like
You're
distant.
skeptical?
Yeah,
Like,
like
you're
I'm
just-
so skeptical of everything that people do. Like I do not trust girls at all, because like up to this point, everyone that I've tried to talk to has been on some weird,
You just
weird
talked about
something.
that, but you can't put that on
But
every
you
single
can't,
person.
yeah.
You can't say, oh, because of my track record, that means you're gonna do that to me. You have to,
And plus, I'm really picky. Like, I'm picky, but not like overly picky. They're like, someone can fit my standards. It's just hard. But one thing that kind of holds me back is that, like, I kind of, like, prefer if, like, whatever girl I'm gonna be with, like, hasn't done stuff with, like, someone that I know.
No,
and like
that's
talked,
normal.
Yeah,
that's
and
very normal.
And I've talked to a girl about this, and she said that's not fair. And I'm like, why?
Tell her to
and
shut
she's like,
up.
And she's like,
shut
she's like, oh,
up.
that's not fair. And I'm like, why? And she's like, because you know everybody. And it's like,
But okay,
yeah.
okay, so that
but,
fine. What do you consider as knowing?
Like
you don't want
definitely not friends. Like
No, okay,
not.
but
knowing
you don't want,
is like someone.
You don't want her to be able. You don't want to.
I don't want to be able to walk in a room with you, and that guy could say he smashed. But is
that guy your boy, or does it matter? Because if he's not your,
there's certain levels, yeah.
What is the level?
Because
Because if he's not your boy, then you're being
he's
extra.
not my boy,
you're being
it doesn't
extra.
matter.
Oh, I just know.
But I know you. But it like that's why I said it depends on the
what
person.
So what is your?
No,
like
I hear what he's saying because
like there's certain people.
Because the thing is, like, even if you don't know the guy, like you don't know he's not your boy, just knowing that you know him,
yeah, like we know each other.
That you know that he smashed is enough for you to be like,
we're not boys, but if I see you out, I'll hail you up.
Sure,
for example,
I get that part. So is that the furthest though, or is it just I know of this guy, or we know? Like, does it have to be someone you generally know and speak to, or just someone that in passing I hail him? Does that make a difference to you? Because then, if you start bunching all those people together, then that core goes from 10 to 50.
Exactly,
and then you're like, you can't talk to any 50 guys, and that's nonsense. That's actually nonsense.
And that's what she was saying. But no, now I can narrow it down. If it's someone I know, it depends on the connection to me, like through my friends. Like if it's someone I know, like let's say I know you off of like Twitter because I see your tweets. You live in like Scarborough, and like you know me off Twitter. I know you, and I'll hail you up. But we don't know any of the same people. Then nah, that's fine. That's different. I'm talking about like if you're my friend, and I chill with you, so I know your friends, and one of your friends like did stuff with a girl that I was gonna date. I can't really do that because odds are we're gonna end up being in the same circle because me and you are friends. And that is the situation that I do not want happening. Like, I just find that so awkward.
No, I get that.
Like, I find it so awkward. Especially when it's, like, certain people that, like, you know, like, you're, like, mentally, like, I don't know how to put this properly, but it's, like, it's not, like, you're almost, like, in, like, competition with them. Or not that you're, like, in competition, but, like, people group you in the same breath as that person.
It's like, I know exactly.
To where it's like, yo, like he did this with her without wifing it. Yeah. Now she wants me to wife it. When he sees me, I'm gonna look crazy. No,
like, are you stupid?
No, I'm not letting him win. I'm not letting him win this battle.
This battle.
It's like that.
There's a lot of
Apollo talks about.
There's a lot of ego into it, but I get it.
It's definitely ego.
It's ego
and
for sure.
Talking from a maturity standpoint, it really should not matter at all.
But
I'm not there yet.
It comes at it's not even just it's maturity to an extent, but it's also comfort. Mm-hmm. So it's like there's a maturity aspect to it, there's an ego aspect to it, but all those things considered, you want to be comfortable with the girl you're with.
Yeah.
Like I can be honest, like I know a lot of people as well, like a lot of people, but I've slowly tried to train myself to be like, okay, I know this guy. Like I was just literally before we started this podcast, I'm like. There's people I'm like, I know you. If I see you, I'll hail you. If I see you, I'm like, yo, I know that guy. I know your name by first name or whatever. But I've really brought it down to the point where, like, if I don't have your phone number in my phone, I don't care.
What if you follow each other on social media?
I don't care. Like, I follow people. I can follow people and I don't text you. I don't talk to you.
Yeah.
So, like, I know too many people to have that so broad that's like I know you, so okay, I can't talk to your ex because I know you. Like,
but I think it has to do with age too. Like you guys are a little bit older than me.
Here's a question that someone asked, right? And now it's making me think it'll apply here. Rome Mack, he said thoughts on late 80s and early 90s kids growing up versus today's generation growing up, right? And if we talk about this in terms of relationships specifically, like what do you see in terms of like the dating culture for you?
So I'm like in the middle. I was born.
96,
I was born in
96.
95.
95.
The late 95. So like I get grouped with the 96.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like the late 95. So I'm like in the middle of it, and like older people did stuff completely different than like the generation of kids now. Like older guys that I know, well, obviously like when we were growing up, first of all, there was no social media.
Yeah.
Every man, like you had to have game. You had to go up to girls and talk to them, writing down numbers and MSNs on pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Sitting at home waiting for her to log on MSN to talk to her.
Yeah.
Maybe try to get on webcam and like
Webcam.
also, I feel like people dated longer and knew less people because of social media.
You can't reach as many people.
You can't reach as many
Yeah.
people. Exactly. You're dating who you know, and if who you know is just the people in your one town, if you live in Brampton, you're dating a girl that lives in Brampton.
Yeah.
Because that's all that you know. It's not like now where I could live in Brampton, know a girl that lives in St. Catharines,
Yeah.
and date her because I started to like her through social media. Nowadays, you have a way bigger selection. I feel like that's why relationships don't last as long, because social media definitely does play a big part
course.
in like
Almost definitely.
brainwashing people.
Of course.
And plus, even like the stuff that kids are doing now, like they're like having sex and like giving head in like 8th grade, 9th grade. Like I have friends whose little brothers are in 9th grade smashing girl. You know what I was doing in 9th grade?
Well, I
was
I was
playing-
smashing in 9th grade.
I was not. I was a good youth.
I'm a bad example.
I was not. I was playing basketball, trying to meet friends, and like I was just a good youth. The stuff that people are doing
So sex makes
now,
you a bad youth?
in grade
Wow.
9.
Wow.
What reason do you have for having sex
I don't know.
at 14?
I don't know, but
exactly.
I did.
There is none.
I just found wait.
There's no reason you need to be having sex
Curiosity.
at 14 years old.
Curiosity.
Like you're not ready for that life.
I
And
was.
the stuff. I definitely wasn't. And now when
That's what turned you to who you are today, right?
Who am I today? How's it work?
Continue.
now when they get older, it's like if the bar for sex now is 9th grade, by the time they get to 12th grade, the stuff that they're doing compared to 12th graders in 2004 are completely different. Like I host S trips.
Oh, I used to do that too.
Yeah. I'm an MC on S trip. I'm actually leaving on Saturday. I'm going to Bahamas. The stuff that I see on these trips, I'm like, yo, when I was this age, this was not happening.
Yeah.
Like
Deadass,
the
I
whole
agree.
culture shifted. So people just break up and get together and have these unrealistic expectations of relationships because of social media and these relationship goals. I'm sick. Females need to stop with this whole relationship goals thing, especially with rappers. You see Gucci and his wife, oh, goals. You see Meek and Nicki, goals. You see Jay-Z and Beyonce, goals. First of all, you really think that Gucci Mane is not cheating on his wife? You think 21 Savage is not cheating on his girl? Like, realistically, you think A Boogie, I've had this, like, a girl got heated with me. We got in an argument because she was like, oh my God, like, A Boogie and his girl are so cute. Like, I want a relationship like that. I'm like, yo, bet he's cheating on her. And she's like, no, he's not. They have a kid. He wouldn't
What
do
is
it.
that?
I'm like,
Yeah.
he's a rapper. He's a rapper. You really think he's not
out there
cheating?
slanging
It's so wild to
He
me.
is
when I talk
laying
to all-
pipe in every city.
When I talk to all these girls, they're just like, "Oh my God, like so and so athlete is so fun." I'm like,
He's
you,
cheating.
You do not know what goes on.
I say he's cheating.
You don't know what
He's
goes on.
cheating.
Like you poor naive
Exactly.
girl. I'm sorry. Like you don't know.
When you're a normal, yo, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce.
That's what-
Nobody is safe. Nobody at all. So
real.
you're like a 7.3. If I become famous and I'm on that's another reason why I don't have a girl, because I'm such a good person, like genuinely, that I'm so scared of becoming a bad person. Like
When you become famous.
I don't want to.
I'm scared of
I'm
myself.
scared of myself. I don't want to wife up and then I blow
And ruin it.
and then I'm on the road. Like I like my girl, I love my girl or whatever. I've never been in love either. We could talk to that about that after. I like my girl, But I'm on the road and now, yo, India Love is in front of me. She wants to smash. How am I gonna say no?
Yeah.
You just say no. You just say I have a girl back home. Sorry, India.
To India?
Yeah, and then you go home and jerk off.
That's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen.
It's called willpower.
It's not. But I do feel like to get to that point, you had to have messed up a few times to know not to do that anymore.
Not necessarily.
I've never cheated in my life.
You don't have
to smoke crack to know it's not good for you.
Right, that's an extreme example.
That's an extreme example.
Because you were talking to me the other day.
What?
I think we talked on one of the podcasts about one of your boys who only ever been with one girl,
one
woman, and now they're married, right? Like, those situations are the extreme.
Trash.
Those are the extreme. Listen, hey, you really think that's
It works, man.
That's the
You can only eat vanilla. You grew up only eating vanilla ice cream, and now you can only eat vanilla ice cream for the rest of your life. When you see your friends eating cookies and cream and Neapolitan, you're gonna be looking like, I wonder what that tastes like. And one day, when the bucket is open and you're the only one in the room, you're taking a scoop. You're taking a scoop. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're 60. You made it 65 years without taking a scoop. You're trying that chocolate. You're doing it eventually. The ice cream man is coming back.
It's my still ice cream.
I'm so dead.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
That's why I feel like everyone needs to have a whole phase. And I haven't had my whole phase yet either. That's another reason why I'm scared to wife. Because I really don't want to do a girl dirty. Up to this point, no girl can say I've done them dirty. And I can actually say that 100%. No girl can say I've done them dirty. And I don't want it to start now.
So you're scared of yourself right now.
I'm scared of myself.
And you know what?
You know what? No, that's a very...
You're 21, and it sounds like old cliche, but old man shit. Like, I'm 27. You're 21. When I was 21, I was not trying to get married. I was not trying to lock myself down. Stop it.
See, but the thing is,
don't tell me to stop when you were just talking about fucking grade 9. You were saying dick. Shut the fuck up.
But the thing is, I kind of like, I do want a relationship, but like I don't.
No, you want,
because like the whole savage whole life is not for me.
No. I'm not saying be a hoe. I'm not advocating that. I'm saying when I was 21, I'm not saying only focus on girls. I'm saying there's so many other things that are going on when you're 21 that you shouldn't have to worry about who my wife will be or who my, like, yeah, I wanted a girlfriend at 21. Like I had a girlfriend at 21 for a few months or whatever. But when you're 21, it's not even the age. I won't even say it's the age thing because like you could be a millionaire at 21. Like it's not. There's a certain age to do this. But I'm just saying naturally, more or less, when you're 21, there's no time frame to get your shit together or to lock yourself down. But at the same time, when you're 21, those are some of the best years of your life. Those are the time like you create, you find what you want to do. You're like, I like this, try this. Fails, okay, try this. Fails, you can try a million things and you're still 24 years old. Like you know after all the things you try, you're like, I'm only 24 now.
You know what I think it is for you though? Like in particular, I think honestly, you being like famous on social media has accelerated your maturity in comparison to who it is that you're fucking with on a regular basis. And you might look at it like it's a negative thing, but it's kind of not. It's just that you're more aware of what it is that you want now, and there's so many people in your age group who they have no idea what the fuck they want, right? And they're just masking their emotions and all this other type of bullshit. But it will come because, like, trust me, like you will find that girl that you want to like actually build with and shit when you least expect it. It's always that one girl where they're just like, oh no, go do your thing because I'm busy doing this too. That's right. Like, I got you to build.
Yeah, and I kind of want a girl that's just as busy as me.
Exactly.
I hate girls with no ambition. Bro, it's trash.
And the thing is, don't go for those. Like I've reached a level, and maybe you can reach a level sooner than I have. I hope you do because I'm at a level now, and I wish I'm like, yo, you know how much time I could have saved if I thought like, bro. I'm telling you, you need to be at a level where like, if you do not hit this standard, I don't want you. Like, it's not even, let's kind of see. I know for a fact I don't want you. So I'm not wasting your time. Don't waste mine. Let's bye. Let's stop this. Because I'm at the point where now I'm like, listen, You can't have a girl that's like, oh, you're always so busy. Oh, what's this? Oh, how come you're... Oh, when are you going to see... Like, you, especially you, the way you are, great following, great creativeness, like, you have the skills, you have the ideas, whatever. You need someone that's like, yo, Trezor, I like this. You should maybe do it this way. Who's into what you're doing. Yeah. Not a fan. You still want someone as a fan.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you want your girlfriend or whoever
you
to be you want them to be, don't get me wrong, you want them to be a fan to an extent. A fan of what you do because they appreciate what you do.
Yeah.
But you want someone that's genuinely interested in what you're doing because they're like, this is what I do. This is what I do. So it can't just be like, oh, Trezor does videos. Oh, yeah. No, it has to be like, yo, Troy, you should be doing this. Maybe do this with your video. Like, so you need that connection or else you'll never find someone that it feels right.
It's also important for you to feel that same way
about their stuff.
About their stuff too, right? Because trust me, there are times where... Wait, is it 20?
No.
Oh, there are times where I've had girls who make me feel that way, where they're real supportive of my shit, but I'm not totally
into their shit,
right?
Yeah.
And it just won't work out. You feel like you're just taking everything, and you're not giving anything back.
I completely understand that, and like I do like girls with ambition. Like there was this one girl that I was trying to talk to. I can't even say it was, cause like if something worked, then A, and she runs track. So if you're listening to this, you know exactly who you are.
Yeah.
She runs track and she does stuff for Team Canada. Like she's nice. Like she goes to school in the States. And like anything that she was doing, like I would want to know, like, yo, like when's this race? When's that race? How'd you do? Okay, you're good. Nah, don't be nervous. You're good. And then, but then at the same time, it's like I understand how like when you're at a certain level, you don't want to talk about that at all. Cause like I get
true.
that too. It's like, for instance, like if you run track, and this is what she's told me before. She's like, yo, like I run track. All I do every day is run track. Talk to me about anything besides track.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
So I feel like you need to support it, but like you need to know when to plug out and just be like yourself as people.
Because I was gonna say, like, I think the reason that happened is because I notice that's the case with athletes in particular. Because when I'm like for me, like when I'm in the state where I'm doing like boxing, like for every single day, the last thing I want to talk about to my girl, whoever it is like boxing in particular. Like talk to me about some next shit. But I mean, you still gotta support me, you know? Like,
have you noticed one thing about athletes, especially girls that are athletes with dudes? And I noticed this with black guys. If you have a girl that's an athlete or you want to holler at a girl that's an athlete, why do guys always think that they're better than them all the time?
Like better than them at their sport?
Yes, like guaranteed. Like if a girl runs track, a man would be like, yo, I could beat you in a race. Let's race right now. Yo, you play ball? Let's play one-on-one. I bet I could beat you right now. And you're gonna lose.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose.
It's just a pride thing.
But to tie it all up, I feel like even for the whole relationship thing, I think you also need like someone to tell you this stuff. Like you see how you guys are telling me this stuff right now? Like growing up, like my mom's a single mom. Like I have a brother and sister, but they live in Jamaica. Yeah. So it's just been me and my mom in the house. And obviously there's stuff you're not going to talk with your mom about. So like all this older advice stuff, like I never had that really growing up. So I had to just learn for myself. Like there was always two people that I saw. And I'm not even saying this because you're here. This one girl named Winnie, I always thought would be like an amazing older sister because of how she was. And I always thought you would be like an amazing older brother just because of like your mind state. So I feel like that's important like for people to have. And that's why even younger people, I try to be that for them because I never had that.
It's a very important realization. What questions do you have for us?
Yeah.
How's being single? Because y'all weren't before, and you are now. And I mean, I met your ex. She was nice.
She was nice, wasn't she? Nice. It's a good word for it.
So, like, can I get like a
whatever you want
update on like what happened? Like yeah, that's my question.
What?
How did your relationships end since you started this? Why did your relationships end?
Wow, we haven't talked about this on this podcast.
Okay. My relationship ended because, well, a lot of different things. But ultimately, yeah, she was nice, like you said.
Nice girl.
Yeah, very, very nice. It's a good word.
Offered me drinks, invited me back to the house.
But okay, so basically, great person. Nothing really about her in terms of like lack of her doing something. Like the hardest thing about that breakup was that this was probably the first breakup that I've had where the girl didn't actually do something.
Oh, those are. That's
You know what I mean?
bad. That's
Like
rough.
I almost wish she did something. There's
So you had a reason.
you know what I'm saying? Like I did have I had a reason, like my own reason, yes.
Yeah.
But most relationships that break up is like, you know, you did this
cheated
or you keep doing this. I'm just tired of this. Like I'm done, you know? But it was really just me. Like through the podcast also helped in that aspect was we discussed a lot of things. And one of the things we discussed was marriage. And I'm older than you, obviously, so I'm at a stage where I'm like, I'm looking for
You wanna
marriage.
get married
like,
soon.
I don't, not even soon, but like, I want to at
general.
least see it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
See
have to
the
be soon. Like,
potential.
I could get married in 7 years, whatever. Like, but if I don't even see that as a path, like, it just doesn't make any sense, right? And with her, like, I'm not trying to badmouth her at all because she's a great person. I know she probably listens to this still, but she was great. It's just we kind of started dating out of circumstance, and it just we're always around each other, and it just I like you. This is cool. You're fun. You're dope. You support like she supports everything I'm doing. I'm like I like this, right? And then just kind of like, whoa, like I like this. You're here all the time. We're always together. We're always doing stuff. So why not, right?
Didn't you say? I heard you say on like some video a long time ago that you're a serial dater.
Yes.
You just date people too quick.
And that was exactly what happened because if I realize that there's a whole bunch of good things about the person, like I don't connect with a lot of people that well. And that's probably why I'm a serial dater as I labeled myself, right? Was that I don't like I'm very quick to cut people off, like super, super quick. I get like if you're not interested, I vanish. Like I can disappear quickly. And girls know that. Like if they meet me, we talk for a little bit. Oh, let me get your number. They'll get my number. Sure, cool. Don't get my number if you're not interesting. Like it just, I'm telling you, like any girl, it doesn't make any sense because I'm not someone that's gonna keep going. I will not keep it going. So like they'll get my number. We'll talk for a little bit. I'm like, you're boring, and I'll just stop. And they'll just keep trying to pry.
Even
like
if she's fired.
if you're boring, I don't care. Like we might have sex maybe, but then I'm not gonna keep talking to you, right?
Can't relate
So-
to it. Yeah.
But
Can't relate.
But what happens is, if I do so because I cut people off so quickly and I'm very quick to like this is boring, no, next, right? When I do find someone that I connect with in any way that's like strong enough to get like, to keep my attention, I'm drawn to that, right? And what happens sometimes, or most times I should say, is that I get distracted of the other things that I really need, right? I really like this about you. This is so dope. I haven't connected with someone like this in a very long time. You know what? I'm not connected with anybody else right now. How I'm connected with you. So we might as well date because let's see how this goes. And I'm done going with the see how it goes mentality. But that's what I used to do. I'd be like, no one else out there is connected with me how I'm connected with you. So that must mean something. That must mean you at least have potential to grow into something else. And you cannot date people on potential. You cannot. People have it or they don't have it. They can build on stuff, they can grow, they can improve, but if they don't have it, it's not coming. So what I did, I ignored a lot of aspects that I wanted in a wife, but kind of looked at her as a girlfriend, which at this stage does not make sense for me. So after going through all that time and learning and talking to this podcast and like me voicing what I wanted on the podcast, I was listening to myself and I'm like, look what you're saying. like I literally got to a point I'm like, look what you're saying. You're saying exactly what you want, but you're not with that. And it's like it's so messed up because when I was doing the podcast at my house, like or at the house I was staying with her. I was living with her. So like I would say this stuff and then after the podcast I'd be in the house, I'm like, I don't like how did I say that and I'm not living what I'm talking, and that was driving me nuts. So I literally reached the point I was like, yo, like Ryan,
You ended it.
yeah, I ended it. I was like, Ryan, like be real with yourself. Like, as you don't want to, nobody wants to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be so many harder things in life than breaking up with somebody. That is not the hardest thing you have to deal with.
Was it messy?
It was, yeah.
Like, did she like switch and like she got at you?
What do you mean?
Like, after you wanted to break up, like while you guys are breaking up.
Yeah.
Like, was it like a bad breakup?
Kind of. Zamora knows. I won't get too deep into it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for the most part, I said that to say pretty much as straight up as I could. Like, nothing against you. I just don't see myself marrying you. That's just
You hit her with a "it's not you, it's me."
that's literally what it was, right? It was
Damn.
it was really that's really the excuse. That was really not the excuse. That was really the reason. That was
That
like
sucks when it actually is
Yeah,
the
like,
reason, because it's
it-
so cliche.
it's so cliche,
that
right?
they're not hearing it. You're not hearing it.
It's so cliche, but that was I'm like, it's literally nothing. There's nothing you can, because you can't change yourself.
You can't.
It's just I just don't want this, right? Like, and I had to say that. Obviously, she didn't take it as
I don't think anyone would.
no
take
one
it
can. How
really
can
well.
anyone take that?
Yeah.
And it makes me look like an asshole, right? Because it's like, shouldn't you have known this? How can we like? Then it's
How
like,
can you let it get this
right?
far?
And I can take the ownership for that, because you know what? I definitely, the stuff that I realized when I broke up with her, I definitely could have asked myself these questions before even starting, right? And that's where I take the fault for. I actually told him, like, you know what? This is my fault. Like, I could have asked more questions or done more things before all of this, before moving in together, like before all of this. I could have asked certain questions that like, I have answers to now. Like, there's nothing new that popped up where I was like, you know what? Now I can't see myself marrying her.
So did like
You know what I'm saying?
love play a part in it?
Sorry?
Did like love play a part in like you extending how long before?
To be honest, fuck, it's gonna sound. To be honest, it was just comfortable. You get into something.
That's normal.
It's normal, but it's just not something that people should do. Like, I got comfortable. Things were working out. Everything was falling into place. It seemed cool. You know, we have our own place together. Everything is good, right? Like, but the bigger scheme of things, it's like, do you really see yourself with this person in 7 years, in 3 years, in 1 year? Like, and if I'm like, maybe, like, bye. Like, be real. Like, the person you're with should be like, I want this and I don't see anything else. At least feel that way. So the podcast didn't make me break up, but the more I spoke out loud, I was listening to myself. I'm like, yo, like, listen to what you're saying. Like, be real and just do what you gotta do, man. So
Zamora,
that was my breakup.
What about you?
Yeah, so my situation was pretty, like, honestly pretty fucked up, right? And it's funny because we spoke on another podcast about it, that this podcast pretty much started to make me think about too much shit about my relationship, and it was specifically the episode with Marlon, right? And the biggest issue with my past relationship was communication, right? So she was used to dating guys that were pretty much like dicks, or like take advantage of her, and then that wasn't who I was. So anytime I tried to, this was early in the relationship, anytime I tried talking to her about certain things or tried to level with her, she like wasn't having it because she wasn't used to it, right? And then that took a period of time in order for us to reach common ground. Then for me, where I was at fault, it's just that, like, I was just, I had gone through like a hoe phase before dating her, right? So when I got into a relationship with her, there were times where I just wouldn't straight up communicate with her about certain shit, which is wrong, right? And it's funny because only my boys know this story, but I guarantee a lot of people are going to look at me and think that I'm fucking crazy for staying in this relationship. But I broke up with my girl last year, right? My ex. I had broken up with her last year. And it's because I thought, you know what? Like, I have love for this girl, but I'm not in love with her. And I feel like that's an important thing, right?
That's one of my next questions.
So I was like, all right, like, I can't date her because like I'm not in love with her, so I broke up. And then like a month had gone by, and I'm like, man, like I actually do love this girl, but I just didn't know how to communicate my feelings properly. So then we had this whole conversation. We get back together. Things are good, right? Or like basically she says that in the conversation, like, you just need to communicate with me better. Literally the next day, all my boys weren't here either, so it's not like I could talk to them about this shit because they're all in Europe, right? And I didn't know Ryan at the time, as well as I do now, and I got really sick, right? Like pretty bad, and I was in the hospital for like 4 days, and I didn't tell anyone. Like I was AWOL, because I was sick, right? So the fucked up thing was that like my ex had just told me, like, you need to communicate with me about shit. And I could have communicated with her when I was sick throughout those days, but
you didn't even tell her you were in the
I
hospital?
didn't, because like I was like, the situation I was going through was like pretty fucked up. Like cancer it doesn't run in my family, but I had a sister who passed away from it, right? So it was like a serious thing. So I was like, fuck, I need to deal with this shit.
So it wasn't like an ignorance you didn't tell. It was just the situation that was going on. You
right?
couldn't, like...
But then when I got out, I was like, all right, like, I got my senses back. I'm gonna go talk. I'm gonna go straight to her and let her know. I'm not gonna call her. I'm gonna go straight to her. So I get to her place, right? This guy knows.
Right? It's looking like, oh,
I get to her place, waiting for the elevator, and she comes out the elevator with another man, right? And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was pissed, but
so
like...
did you page her?
Huh?
Like, right there? Did you flame her?
Bruh, like, I did, like, for a second, but here's the thing. You know how I told you all my boys were gone? When they came back, Chris, who was on, like, what, the second episode or some shit like that? Early episode. Like, you don't understand. Like, you can imagine how embarrassing this would have been, right? So, in that moment, like, I was in, like, such a complete state of shock, because I've never been done dirty like that before, right? And in her eyes, she was like, Zamora, like, you were playing games with me for, like, this entire month, right? Because I pretty much was. Like, I broke up with her, then I was still talking to her, like, fucking around with her feelings and shit. And then I was like, let's get back together. And she's like, if we're gonna get back together, you need to communicate with me and shit. And I went AWOL. So I saw her perspective, even though I know that her, like, cheating was still fucked up, right? But this is, like, a fault of me. Like, I always try to see other people's perspectives. But I was like, you fucked up, right? And essentially, from that situation moving forward, like, we were always on and off, right? Like, we were on and off. Like, we were together, we were not together. And, like, our communication was weak. And the biggest reason why we couldn't date is because I couldn't get over that situation that happened, right? Like, it was literally a mental thing. And the comfort, as Ryan said earlier, it had nothing to do with, like, being mature about the situation. I just wasn't comfortable with it, because this girl, like, quite frankly, out of all the girls I've dated, she was probably the one that, like, supported me, like, in terms of what my dreams and aspirations were, more than anyone else. And then I had a conversation one day with, I think it was, Ryan through WhatsApp, and he was like, do you want to be with her? Yes or no, right? And I was like, I do, because, like, X, Y, and Z reason, right? But then I also realized, like, yo, like, those X, Y, and Z reasons, I felt that same way before about a different girl. So what's to say that, like, I'm not going to feel this way about a different girl moving forward, right? And it was just such a fucked up situation, because I'm like, yo, I could see myself with this girl, but at the same time, like, I cannot get over that situation. So then we had that episode with Marlon where we're talking about, like, what would you do if your girl cheated on you, right? And him and Marlon were talking about it, obviously. You know how these niggas are. Like, Ryan's sitting where he is, and he just looks at me, and he's like, Zamora, like, what do you think? And I swear to God, if you go back and watch that episode, when Ryan asked me, like, what do you think? Like, I'm sitting here like this. I'm dead ass, yo. Like
Silence.
And you know what? Like straight up. I have no problem. Like,
Because what we asked him was, the question was, could you forgive a girl if she cheated on you, right? And me and Ryan like, are you fucking stupid? Like, and then I'm like, oh yeah,
I would have been my same.
yeah. Like I'm like, you dumb? And it's like, and then I'm like, but wait. Some more.
Anyone who would do this is like,
Yeah, like that's what we were talking. We're like, are you stupid? What guy would do that? Like, so we look at him, I'm like, oh yeah, wait, Zamora, what about you? And Zamora's just like, it depends on the situation.
that's what I said.
Yo, it depends on the girl. Like it depends on, it's sticky. Like it depends. And I'm just like,
yo, like I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, fuck.
Because he couldn't say no because he has or he tries to.
I know,
right?
I feel no way he's talking about it because, I came to terms with it, right? Like, it's funny because we joke about it now and we say shit like when he asked like, oh, Zamora, like, what would you think?
dropped. Right?
It dead ass did because
You were still with her at the time.
I was still with her.
That's why I'm like, that's why I'm like, Zamora, how do you feel?
Yeah, he knew
And
all
he was still with her. I broke up with my girlfriend
Yeah.
that episode, so I was single at the time.
Yeah.
They were talking about it, and he was still in a relationship with his girl.
I was still in a relationship with my girl.
So he was actually thinking about it.
Wow.
I'm still in a relationship with my girl, and like, it's honestly, listen, like, it's completely fucked up, right? Like, it's most people like straight up will just be like, I do not know how you did this, right? Like, how did you stay?
You're a better man than me.
You're a better man.
You're a better man than me.
I know for a fact that like when people are listening to this, they're gonna be like, Zamora, you're fucking crazy.
There are people. There are people out there there are definitely people out there that are like,
trust me.
they could
Either way. Like I can honestly say
Females
that.
do it every day.
Yeah,
every day.
they really do.
Every day.
Yeah, and I can honestly say, like, I feel no ways towards my ex. Like, I don't hate her. I don't have anger towards her because at the end of the day, like, she was a good person, right? But she fucked up, and she knows that, and I know that, and it's one of those experiences where I look back on it, where I'm just like, you know what, like, moving forward, like, for these reasons, I would never go through it, which relates back to what you were saying earlier, why like you feel like you need to go through certain shit to really know how you would deal with it moving forward. Like, I know that like even if like it's very circumstantial, like I cannot work through it because it would get to points where like she might have got mad at me about some social media shit.
You hold that above her head.
And then like instantly in my head, I'm like, didn't you? Blah, blah. And like, that's not how a relationship's gonna work, right? So in no way or form am I saying like she was total shit and like I was like perfect. Cause I'm aware of the fact that like I didn't do things perfectly in a relationship too. I tried to make it work through that situation. So did she, but like, it was just me. Like it couldn't work out. And the podcast, that episode like accelerated it. And I was like, fuck, like it was bothering me too much. When shit is on your mind too much, like it affects everything else.
That happened with one of the girls that I was talking to. Something was bothering me too much to her, like I couldn't do it. But yeah, all right, I have two more questions. Y'all want like the serious one first?
Go for it.
This is episode 20. You guys are still here with us?
This is a very good episode.
If you guys are still here fucking with us right now, you guys are in for a show.
We'll end it on a light note, so let me ask the serious one first.
All right.
How do you know when you're in love? And have you ever been in love?
I have told myself I've been in love, but I really have never been.
You've never been in love?
Never. And this is something I realized literally like a couple months ago. Like,
why do you think you've never been in love?
For me, what I believe love is I've never been with somebody or felt a way about someone that like I feel like if you love someone, like you're literally all in. Like I feel like you're literally all in, and like it's not a second guess. It's not a weak moment. It's not a I was stressed or you pissed me off and now my thoughts were like all in. And I've never felt like I've been all in with somebody. And I've said I love you. Like last podcast we talked about. I've said I love you to girls before because they say it and I say it back to you feel like a way like, oh yeah, I love you too, which is wrong. But I haven't because I can say in every relationship I've been in, I'm into it with the girl. I like the girl a lot. I like you a lot. But am I all in it? No, because there's times where an ex might hit me up, or I might see someone that I used to like, or there might be some lingering feeling somewhere. Like I can suppress them because I'm in a relationship now. So I'm like, I can't talk to you like I'm in a relationship. Like I've had those conversations with girls that hit me up while I'm in relationships. I'm like, yo, seriously, I can't talk. I have a girl, man. And I shouldn't even have to reason that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that I feel like I've had to do that sometimes, like I've still been faithful to those women, but like the fact that if a girl messages me that I used to have feelings for, like we used to have a thing, and I'm in a relationship now, it's more just like they message like, oh hey, and I'm like, yo, I can't talk. Like I have a girlfriend. Like I should just be like, yo, move. Like I feel like if I love the girl, I'm like, don't message me like straight. Like it's literally like it's such a clear cut line. Like if I was in love with the girl. If any ex, friend, side thing, anything just messages me, it's like, don't text my phone. Bye. Like, it's not even like I think of our time together. I think of anything. It's, I'm in this. This is who I want to be with. Everything else is blank. Like, I feel like that is what love would be for me with if or when I fall in love with somebody. And because I can truthfully say that I've liked the girls I've been with, but there's been no situation where a girl would hit me up and I wouldn't just for a little second be like, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, you.
But man, like, don't you think that's like,
what? You think that's normal? I don't think.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that I think it's normal. I'm just saying that like, you can like look. I feel like you can be in love with someone and still be attracted to other people.
Not attraction. I'm not
okay, so I need you to clarify that.
I will always be attracted to women.
That's what I needed you to clarify. Yeah,
I will be attracted to women to the day I die. I'll be married with kids, and
what you're saying. So then, what you're saying then is like you not even like in your mind entertaining the idea of something else happening. Like okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
like if I slept with a beautiful girl and I have a girlfriend now, if that beautiful girl hits me up, I'm still like, fuck, you're still beautiful. Yeah, but I'm not like, yo, remember last time, or like. Even subconsciously, I'm just like, yo, last time I was with her was like, it's just a quick thought of like, oh yeah, that last time we were together was, like it's like I see her, wow, girl's still beautiful. Yeah. Nice seeing you, back to my life, But I've never been so clear cut where it's like, I'm so in it that like any distraction tries to approach me, I'm like, you look nice today, good to see you. But like I've never felt so confident about the girl I'm with, if you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that has a big thing to do with it is that I don't think I've been in a relationship where I really felt like I was just as much into them as they were into me. Like I feel a lot of relationships I've been in, I'm doing a lot of shit. You know me, like I'm doing so much shit that when girls meet me or I'm in a relationship with certain girls, they're so
they like you more than you like them.
Because there's so much more that comes to me than them typically. Like there's so much they can be into in my life. Like I'm playing basketball, I'm doing this, and for me, I'm like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I do this. So I'm just like, oh, like I'll support it because you're my girl, but I'm not into it like you're into my shit. I'm not like, yo, what are you doing today? Let's go do your shit today. I never felt like that where I'm like, yo, today's your day. Let's go do all the stuff you do. And I feel like until I reach that point where I'm just as much into her as she's into me, I can't say I've been in love. It just doesn't make sense for me. So, no.
I feel like I have. Or, I know that I've been in love before because I know what it was like. Like, I know what it was like when I fell out of love for that person. Like, the feelings were so different where I was just like, okay, like, I no longer feel this way about you, and it's because I'm no longer in love with you. And I knew I was in love with this person when the same things Ryan just said, like I was very down to do that shit. Like things that I typically were not into previously or had any general interest of, right? This is something that my girl liked, was really into. And I was like, yo, I want to do this because you're doing this. And it had nothing to do with like, oh, it's because I'm dating you and it's like an obligation to. It was like, I want to do this because I know like you genuinely get happy, and when you get happy, like I get happy. So it's like it's just like an accumulation of feelings, right? And it's when like it's that like cornball shit where it's like if you don't hear from them for like a couple hours in the day, you start thinking like, yo, I wonder Wonder what happened, kind of thing, right? It's real. It's mad corny, but it's like that's when I feel that way.
Always on your mind. Yeah.
That's when they're always on my mind. Because otherwise, like if we're dating and I just really like you, I'll be fine if I don't hear from you for a couple hours. Right?
So you think it's real
things.
when they say like when you're in love, like you'll just know?
Yeah, honestly, it sounds cliche, but you will, because
so.
it's different. It's literally different for every single person, right? Like I see some older couples, or I see some relationships where both people are like polar opposites, right? Like the guy might be super dry, like he might be a dry personality, and the other girl's like super upbeat, but it just works for them, and it's because for whatever reason, they just know when it is that they love each other, right? And that's how it is.
Even the definition of love, like how I define love just now might not be the same as someone else defines love. Like I define love as I need to be at this stage with this person, like, and vice versa. That's my definition of love. Like I feel like for me to feel in love, that is what I need. That's just for me. Someone else might say I need to feel in love. I just want someone to just really care about everything I do. Like people have different reasons.
Yeah.
Like, some people have, they're raised certain ways and they've never had a father figure or a motherly figure or whatever. Like. So for them to fall in love, they need someone that kind of fills that void, and then they fall in love because of that. I've never had someone guiding me. Now that you're guiding me, like I'm in love. I fall in love with you because you were something that I need in my life.
Yeah.
I don't need that, so that's not my definition of love. I don't need someone to be all over me. I don't need that. I need someone that's doing their shit, minding their own business, and I'm into that. That's what I need for me, right? You might not need that. You might want someone that isn't as busy and you know what I'm saying? Like people's definition of love is completely different.
And that's why I honestly feel like I have never been in love. People around me have tried to tell me that I was, like they thought I was, but I was really trying to think to myself like, yo, like, do I love this girl? And I'm like, nah, like no, like there's no way. And some of them, like, it's weird. Like there was a girl in high school that my friends could have swore I was in love with, but I was like, no, I just really, really like her. Like I know myself, and I just really, really like her. Like I do not love this girl. My cousin currently thinks I'm in love with like a girl that I'm really, really close with, and I'm like, no, like I'm not. But she's like, yeah, you are, because of this and that and this and that. I'm like, no, like I don't know how. Like I can't explain it, but like. I'm just not. Like, that's just not a thing. So, I feel like for myself, like, I kind of need to find out my definition of love to know if I'm in love with someone, because I haven't even figured that out yet to know if either of those girls that people claimed I was in love with or I'm in love with, I actually am or was. Like, I really would not know. Like, I really wouldn't know. So, like, it's just a really difficult, like, love in general, just a whole difficult situation. I've seen what it like does to people, and I'm like, yo, do I really want that? Because like I've seen some dudes do some things out of character that I'm like, yo, what happened to you? Like, oh my god, like look at you, like you look ridiculous, like you look sick. And if this is what love is, bro, I don't know if I want it, because I'm not trying to be out here looking waste. The way that it has people acting, it's crazy.
Well, for those people, they're not in love. Let's be honest. A lot of people say, "Oh, I love my girl." Like, you don't love her. Stop it. Like, one simple thing, I don't think you can cheat if you're in love. That's just something I believe. True. That's just something I believe. I feel like if you're in love, you can't cheat.
Like ever?
I feel like if you cheat, you are no longer in love with that person.
So like even if you're like married for like 30 years and then like you cheat,
your marriage doesn't mean you love the person.
It's true.
But it means nothing. I could be, if someone just goes, oh, we're married, so what?
Kobe cheated on his wife.
Yeah. But
Jay-Z cheated. Dwayne Wade cheated.
They've all cheated, bro. Like you like there are people that like literally love more than one person. What's it called? Is it polygamy or like?
Yeah, more than one.
That's partner though. Yeah.
But they're all in love with each other. Like those are things, right? Like so,
that's messy.
It is messy, but like you can't like put a thing on feelings. Like it's different for everyone. That's just how it is for you and like a lot of people.
Sure.
Right? So,
you know what?
Yeah.
Fine, I can say that. Yeah. If I'm in love, when I become in love, I don't see myself cheating on that person. If I love her.
Yeah.
Like if I love you, why am I going to hurt you purposely? Like,
Yeah.
not it's not a,
Like you
oops,
take
it's
their
fine.
feelings into
It's
consideration.
like, yeah, how can you not?
Yeah.
If I love you, how could, if I'm cheating on you, I know I'm like, that's me saying, I want to hurt you. Or I'm going to try and do this so you don't find out. But if you do find out, it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
So let me just still do this. But I still love you, but I'm still going to hurt you on purpose. That makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense to me.
Trust. I agree with you, and that's why I feel like I've never been in love. Bree, stop telling me that I'm in love with you know who, because I am not. And my last question that I have.
Yeah.
For a female, well, for a girl, sorry, I keep saying female. Some of y'all get angry about that. For a girl, how much bodies is too much bodies? What would you be comfortable with?
Well,
And is there like an age?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I don't ask that question. That's how we address
But
that.
if you know, like you just know, like she told you.
She won't tell me because I don't ask. No one's openly telling me information unless you ask them. No one's.
You know
no
what?
one.
Fine. Let's just put the question.
okay,
this
for-
way.
Say she told you. Like, let's just say she was telling a story, and she's like, "Oh yeah, the last time I was with this guy, I did this, but that was only like 12 bodies ago. I haven't done anything since then. So you know how much bodies she has."
I don't know why any girl would be saying it like that, but let's just use that. How many bodies? Too many bodies?
Just
Listen.
fucking lie to me, bro. Just lie to me. Like, don't let me know, cause like,
Yeah,
yo, shut up. I'm gonna lie to you about how many people I slept with. I'm not gonna tell you how many people I slept with.
And
Why?
I don't
Why?
want to lie, but that's
I'm
the
not
thing. I
lying.
don't want to lie.
No.
I'm not lying to girls about it.
No. Hold on a second.
But girls do lie.
Hold on a
lot.
second. They do. Listen, hold
yes.
on a second. Stop. There is no way in hell I want my girl to tell me the exact amount of mans that she has slept with, the same way I know that she does not want me telling her.
I kind of want to know.
No. You don't. You do not want to know.
I don't know if it's because of like my age thing.
You don't want to know.
To where like at this age, the number's probably not as crazy as it could be
Okay,
by
this-
the time when you're
You
27.
don't- okay, this is the thing.
don't
Why?
need to know.
Why?
Like,
Okay. If
don't
you
need
no,
to
here-
know.
here's
Because
the-
I don't want to be out here looking
no,
crazy.
I get that. But if you claim you want to know, what number are you okay with? If you truly think you want to know,
Are you okay
if
with
she's
10?
no, let's just start low.
10
No, let's
no,
just
because he's a 12.
no. Let's just start low. She says, "I've had sex with 4 guys."
That's fine.
That's fine to you?
Yeah.
4 dicks in her is fine?
Yeah. Okay. In terms of how long, like when did you lose your virginity? Like, is this 4 guys in the last 6 months?
4 dicks in a year. Then nothing.
Were these your boyfriends?
Why does it matter?
No, it matters.
No.
Did you date them?
All single.
No,
I think
obviously,
I
that's
would
the
no,
answer.
no. I
4
think
is
I
too
would,
much for you, so like,
no,
we're-
no. I'm saying I think
don't
I
ask
would,
girls that.
I think
If
no.
4
I
is
think
a high
I'd let it slide. No, I would. I think I'd be fine with it.
If just now you had to think about 4, don't ask women their number.
No, I think I
listen,
no, because you said 4
this is-
in a year.
Fam,
cares?
This is why
I think I would be fine with it.
Fam, this is why I'm saying
Like
Don't-
I tried to talk to a girl that had 9 bodies. Well, according to her,
Yeah.
Which means
9
it's more.
bodies. So she was on like the teeter totter
Yeah.
of double digits, and I was gonna let it slide, but just because it was her, and like I was actually like feeling her. Cause my thing is like I don't want to date someone. It's like, okay, you're 20, you have 15 bodies. I know 10 of these people because we've had this I do my Googles.
But is 15 bodies okay if there are 15 people you've never met in your life and never will meet? What if there are 15 people in Australia? What if it's 25 guys in Australia? 30 mans in Australia fucked her and she moved to Toronto. No one knows her or you met her. 60 mans. 60
Okay,
mans.
no, 60, no.
Why?
No.
60 mans in Australia you'll never ever meet in your lifetime. She moves to
Because I
Toronto.
know- That ain't
true.
She moves to
That ain't true.
Sure. You might
You know you'll meet them.
might meet
Because
okay, you'll
I
meet them, but
know.
not gonna be like, oh.
Yo, Chris went to Europe and met someone he's known from
Yeah,
here.
but okay,
Like,
no, but that's from here.
No,
I'm saying
'cause I know.
I'm saying 60 Australian mans that are not crossing the border. She moves here. If there's a bunch of mans she slept with in Australia, that you most likely will never meet, and if you do meet them, you don't know them, so who cares?
I do think it's circumstantial.
What's
On the
circumstantial?
number? Depends. How old you are, how many people
Why does that
there
matter?
were, your relation to them.
But I'm asking you, okay, if
Because it makes me feel better.
so that's
It makes
There's
me
his
feel
answer.
better.
There's his answer.
If you dated, like, if you're 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, say you lost your virginity at 16, you dated one guy each year, and you have 5 bodies. One guy finesse slipped through the crack. You have 6 bodies.
through the crack.
Yeah, he got it somehow, slipped through the crack. You have 6 bodies. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Because you dated all those people. If you have 5 bodies in 1 year, you didn't date any of them. And you all know Toronto is small.
But that's what I'm saying. Does
So
it
if
matter
a man's
they're
like,
here?
yo, you're dating her, dog. I just smashed her 3 weeks ago. I had one conversation with her. I would not be fine with that.
course
Even though
not.
it's lower than the
No,
number of the other
course,
girl.
I get that. I'm saying, does this matter if they're here or elsewhere? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It matters.
So okay. So are 15 bodies somewhere else, and is that okay with you? Obviously,
It matters.
15 local bodies is not okay. Clearly for you, I got that. 15 bodies in a different country. She now lives here, and she tells you, I've been with 15 guys back home. I live here now, and I like you, Trezor.
If I like her enough, I'll look past it.
So it's
Yeah,
just
also
so
fact.
it's all location based.
Okay, now I need you guys to clarify this. I don't understand why both of you were like, I'm not lying about it. When I said, like, I'm not telling, I'm not telling.
Because I don't want her to lie to me.
Fam,
But realistically,
everyone's lying.
I'm not lying.
Fam, so
I've never lied.
You need to tell. Okay,
I swear to God, I have.
so you.
I swear to God, I've told a girl my real number.
I've never
I
lied.
swear to God.
But it's
what's that
different.
real number, right?
I'm not
What's
putting
the real
that on the
number?
broadcast.
What's the real number?
There's no
What's
way.
the real number?
Oh, okay.
There's
this
no
is
So what's the
way.
real number?
Are you
Can I know off camera? Because I want to know.
So this is why I say, like, I'm
That's
not,
different.
No.
You me saying tell everyone on fucking camera
Whole
the same
world.
as me telling the girl I'm talking to. That's not the same at all. Are you stupid?
But I do know a lot of my homies do lie, and they have like a system. They say
But
if
yo,
a girl has 0 to 3 bodies,
Oh my
they
God.
have 4 bodies.
I'm not even
if they
saying,
have 4 to
I'm
6
not even-
bodies,
You
they
guys
have
missed my
5
point.
bodies.
I'm not even saying like you lie just for the sake of it. I am not I'm not out here saying right now that I'm fucking slinging dick like crazy, but there's no good that comes from telling someone.
Absolutely not.
There's no good.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
if I tell you, if a girl asks me, how many girls have you slept with, right? And let's just say I say 25. Let's say I slept with 25 people. What do you think that girl's gonna continue wanting to fuck with me?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Actually,
If she likes you,
yes.
If she asks, then she obviously wants to.
Let me talk. If she likes you enough, yes, she will. Because you said the same thing.
course.
It's all circumstantial, right?
You're being ridiculous.
But I'm telling you, if you ask a girl how many men have you slept with, right, and she tells you, I don't know, somewhere around like 20, right?
Boom.
You like
Through your heart.
I know that yes, it is circumstantial. If you really do like her, like you will take that step. But that is a big step. Like that is not like, oh, okay. And you sit back, like you are going to think about 20 different dicks fucking your girl.
Okay, but
and
would you rather?
And your girl, like, I just don't need to know. That's why I said from the very beginning, I don't need to know. And just lie to me about it. Because if you slept with multiple people,
Okay, so then
Cool.
take that into account. Somehow it comes up. She lies to you. I've only been with 2 guys. You're 2 years in the relationship. Then she's like, you know what? Honestly, I was with 30 people.
let me ask
Now
so
what?
and here's my thing.
That's why I'm not. I don't want them lying. He wants them lying.
So
Like,
here's my thing.
he wants girls to lie to him.
here's
So
my
go
thing.
for like.
So here's my thing.
You're not lying to me,
During
bro.
those 2 years, did you contribute to those 30 numbers? Yes or no?
No.
So then I'll be like, why did you lie to me about it? Because then she'd be like, well, I didn't want you to look at me like I was a hoe. I would understand that, right? Because I'd be like, I get it. If it's early in the relationship or I'm just starting to date you, like if I'm just starting to date you, like I'm going out on dates with you, and you tell me you slept with 30 mans, I don't know if I'm.
Let me see where he's going with this.
I don't know. Be honest. Would you consider?
No.
So that's where I'm coming from,
But
right?
you're-
Because I want to be able to give you the opportunity. But as a man, and most males think this way. I'm sorry if you think I'm being ridiculous. Most males will think if they hear a girl say, "Oh, I slept with 30 some odd men," they might not take them seriously.
No, I get that, but
So-
the question you asked if time goes by and then you get the 30 out of that, you'll be
And then
fine. You'll be fine with that after that.
Did you not? You weren't listening because I clearly said I would understand. Because I'd ask her, why did you tell me blah 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 at the time? And she's like, because I was really I did explain.
No,
Did
you
I not?
said that you can understand, but are you okay with that now? Now you're okay with the 30 bodies? Whether you
Is it
understand,
still gonna bother
yeah,
you?
like that's what I'm asking. Whether you understand or not, are you okay with 30 bodies now?
This is why I'm fed up with it because people keep telling me like when you just said like it's still gonna bother you. No,
I'm
We're
not-
asking. He didn't tell you. He's asking.
It
Will that
won't.
bother you?
No, it won't.
That's all he's asking.
No, it won't bother
Okay, that's
me.
it. That's all he asked.
It won't.
Okay. Now it doesn't bother. If time passes, it doesn't bother you anymore.
Did you contribute to the number when we were dating? No. So will it bother me? No. Why did you tell me it was 2 when it was actually 30 long before I dated you? So X, Y, and Z reason. For same reason I would do it. Because you wanted to date me and you wanted to get to know me better. I wasn't gonna fuck that up.
Because you would judge her otherwise.
Which is what most people would do.
Okay, but you wouldn't judge her after dating because you understand why she lied.
Yeah.
So if you found out, like for both of you, if you found out and she has just as much bodies as you, would it matter? Like, do you need, if you were to find out, would you want it to be lower than yours? Like, would that be a, like,
Would I
pivotal
want it?
thing? Well,
Yes.
yeah, well,
I
obviously you
would I
want it,
prefer
but, like,
it? Yes.
if you find out that she has more bodies than you, are you gonna now, like,
It's just such
feel
a
a
double
different way?
it's just such a double standard for men and women.
It
Because
is,
like
it is.
men don't want like women to be having sex with multiple men, which is why I've said what I said before. But women get dick every day.
Women get dick every day. Like
dick every
there's
day.
nothing you can do about it.
Why, like I'm not like.
That's why we don't ask.
That's
I'm saying don't ask.
I get
But-
what you're saying. Like you don't want them to lie. Like, I get that.
I
It's
don't
just
want
like,
to know.
I don't want to know. Like,
I don't-
I
Let's
have
tell
too much.
me.
I have too much pride to not ask. Like,
I've
why
never
are you
asked. I've never
asking?
asked.
Because
I've never
I
asked.
don't want to look crazy.
That's what
I've never asked.
That's why you need to do your Googles. If I don't know you, I'm talking to this girl. She's a beautiful girl, great girl. But I'm trying to keep it low key. I don't want everyone to know I'm talking to her yet. I step out with her in public one time and your friends' jaws drop when they see you. And they're like, they pull you to the side. They're like, yo, do you know who that
So
is?
this is what you do. I've talked about this before as well. You don't need to ask her number. You say, these are my friends. This is who I know.
Yeah.
Have you been with any of them? This is my circle.
But
Okay?
I know a lot of people.
This is my
No.
circle.
What's your circle?
Your
You can't
circle.
stop girls. Like you're being real and unrealistic right now to say I know a bunch of guys. You can't be with anyone I know who I've ever met. That's fucking dumb. And you
Yeah.
can't. You have to get rid of that.
That's
because
circumstantial too.
But it's you have. We're gonna wait. We're gonna know way too many people. You
Especially
have to.
based on your position.
Yeah,
right?
you're
Like,
you have 40,000. Like you're just that's dumb. You can't. That's unrealistic for any girl you meet. That's very unrealistic for her, and you cannot do that. Well, you can if you want to, but it's unrealistic.
I
It's
know
unrealistic.
that.
So I'm saying what you should do. You don't have to ask girls their number, but if you have a solid crew of 10, 12 friends, like close friends, you be like, you don't have to tell them. You have to tell your boys you're talking to, but go to her and be like, yo, these are my close boys. If this goes somewhere, you're gonna see them a lot. Have you had a thing for? Have you been with? Have this guy ever chopped you before? Like any of these guys, have they ever tried to hit on you or nothing? If she's like, no, I don't know these guys. Okay, anything out of that circle, you have to be prepared for that.
Even if it's like a friend of a friend, but he still chills with your friend a lot, so you see him just as much as you see your friend.
But how many friends of a friends are like? You have like how many friends?
Yo, fam,
like, you're-
listen,
like,
because you will get there. Trust me, because some shit will happen, and you'll be like, I can allow this.
Yeah,
or like
you have to.
You just need, remember the situation for him.
Yeah.
Like you literally just need to go through it, and when
Yeah.
you do, you'll be like,
Yeah.
I like because things change, bro.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was like, I'm not dating a girl if she like fucking knows so and so. But like now, I'm just like, yo,
It should. That's why I said
changes.
it should not matter.
And a big thing about it is how the girl deals with it. Because right now we're talking about how you would deal with it. If you meet the girl and she slept with the friend of a friend, for example, but she's like, that guy's waste. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll feel better. Trust me. You know, based on how you're talking right now, you'll feel better. If you're like, oh, I never slept with, I found out you slept with a friend of mine. are you stupid? This guy's waste. Guys, be in my DMs. Like, don't even worry about. Like, if she's like, please, like, Trezor, don't even like stop. That happened. It's done. That guy's waste. I don't know what to like. You know, whatever he's saying to you is like, this guy's trying to front. When they get burned, they're like, I used to slap that girl. Really?
Yeah.
Did you? Like you know what I'm saying?
Begged for it.
Right.
And you
So
got it once,
it's all
but...
circumstance. Because if she's like, you can even ask her, be like, how did this happen? She'll be like, you know what? This happened. Boom, boom, boom. I cut it off. She's been acting like it's something. Please, like, just don't. You know? It's all circumstantial. So you in terms of circle, you really have to get to the point where you're like, this is my circle of friends. Anything outside of that, you can't. Like, you can't stop them. It's,
honestly, I think for myself, once again, it comes back to pride.
Or
because
just,
I'm talking about one specific situation,
Yeah.
and it's like that person that she was with, like, it's one of those people
it bothers you.
that
Yeah.
like, it's like, if it was anyone else,
I know, yeah.
it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But because
No,
it's him,
You're gonna have a situation
like,
for sure.
oh, like,
Facts.
it cheeses me.
Damn,
But those ones you have to let go. You have to let those ones go.
It is
because you're gonna have those.
It
Where
is
it's
an
like
ego. It's an ego thing. It's a male thing. It is how a lot of us think. And like Ryan said, you'll get to a point where it's like you just fucking get over it, right? Because fam, you know what? Like that situation I explained where why me and my ex broke up. Like it was a while where I was like, yo, I do not like this dude, right? For obvious reasons. But the truth is, it could have happened with any dude. It could happen with any dude, and I would still feel the same way, right? And you just have to let go of it. Like, so you will fucking you will realize this at a certain point, and just be like, all right, like, I can't think like this because it's only fucking me up. It'll fuck you up more than the relationship.
and the bottom line is that at the end of the day, he really wins because he doesn't even have her anymore.
Exactly.
You actually have her, can do what you want with her, and you're stopping that because of something that they used to have, and he's not even your boy. Yeah. So it's like, why are you letting that bother you? For what? Yeah. Like,
it's definitely ego.
he's winning and he doesn't even have her. Like that. That's when you get to the point.
And that in itself, when you realize that, is bad too, because it's like a man is winning. He doesn't even know he's in competition with me.
It's just your own psychological.
That's why I said,
it's your own psychological.
It is the male ego thing. It will fuck you up. It's all mental. Like if something's wrong with you mentally, it will fuck up everything else, and then you'll start realizing other shits in your life. Right? Fucking, what's his name? Tiger Woods is a perfect example, right? When this man was on top of his game in golf, he was literally the best, right? He is a prime example of what happens when you get lost in the sauce with women, right? Because he got lost in the sauce, and what did it do for everything else in his life?
This guy's getting pulled over drunk.
Today, he just got pulled over.
I saw a mugshot of him today.
Oh my god, this guy.
I was like, yo, is that Tiger Woods?
Women will ruin your life.
Anyway.
We still love you.
Yeah, we
still love you.
We gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
This has been.
Well, we don't have to wrap it up, but we're gonna wrap it up because
it's a very long podcast.
Episode 20, the blood.
So you guys got a extra long podcast.
This is
today.
live. This is dope. Thank you, Trezor. What do you like to be called, Trey or Trezor?
Let me get my AKAs out before you try to discredit them. It's Trezor, AKA Poppy Trey, AKA the Toronto Tiller. You see my Nike hat right now. AKA Kyrie Swerving.
Oh my god,
that's a sick one. Kyrie Swerving. I like that one. That's a sick one.
Go.
How do people find you, Kyrie Swerving?
Twitter, Instagram at I am Trezor, TRESOR. Snapchat T.Trey, TDOT, TREY. Pretty much, if you just type in Trezor on YouTube. Actually, nah, I'm not that popping yet.
Yeah, you can Google
Trezor.
He's trying to he's trying to lowball himself. Google him, Trezor.
You could Google me.
He will show up. You piece of shit. Thank you for coming by. This is a great podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here for episode 20. We made this into a real big convo. I feel like you guys are still here. You guys feel like you're with us. Does it feel like you guys are in the house with us? This was super dope. I'm excited for what we can turn this podcast into. Summer's coming. What we have
Skin out season, sundress season.
Skin out. We have what 20. This is our 20th episode. We've done maybe 4 episodes solo.
Yeah.
We've had like 16 guests on the show. And I fucking love it. Like there's some shows where people are like, oh, they don't have certain types of guests, like you have to have a certain following. Like if you don't know people, then nah, I can't have you. Like, listen, I don't care who you are. If you like our show, If you enjoy what we're doing, if you fuck with us, if you know our names, hit us up. WNTT Live, WNTT Podcast, or my personal Instagram, MR.KOA, or Top Boys Top Boy. Hit us up personally and be like, yo, I want to be on the show. If you're talkative, if you have a perspective, if you're good on camera, if you have some ideas, if there's something you want to get off your chest, hit us up. If we have time, we'll schedule in. Like, I have no problem having guests on the show. No problem.
You know what I look forward to every week with the podcast?
What?
Just the hot takes and seeing how people react.
Yeah, there's always something.
Because I say shit on this podcast, and as I'm like editing it, or like as I'm saying it on the mic, I'm like, I'm gonna catch heat for that one.
There's always something.
But it's always fun. So
this is us. This is what we're doing. We got a lot of things in store. We gotta work on something we've been talking about working on for a minute. We actually have to find time to do that shit. We have something special for you guys coming. It's gonna be real dope. But it is Friday night. You guys are here again. Another week. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, Mr. KOA, alongside
Top Boy.
This is We Need to Talk podcast.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.